Another shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Another shot is gonna hit you with a mind overloaded. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be the alcohol talking. It might be the alcohol talking. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And if I'm not mistaken, we are live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another shot. It is our Wednesday night open bar. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am super stoked about tonight. We have a special guest in the house. Cannot wait for you guys to meet him. I can't wait to meet these guys. There is no beating around the bush on it. Man, these guys are out of Savannah, Georgia. Country music artists. Delta Circle. Let's go ahead and bring these guys on, please. Ernest has made it.
I'm back. Hey, man, how are you guys doing?
What is going on, Kyle? And
He made
we
it.
have Nick.
He made it. Let's go.
Got it.
Let's
He's
go.
He's wearing the merch. So,
Oh,
Nick, we were talking backstage, brother, before we really get started. I have to ask because I didn't get to see this new tat. Is it a Delta Circle tat? I know you did it.
No, it's not yet. That one's coming. That one's coming. No, so my wife and I just went and got tattoos because we just got married a couple weeks ago. So we just went and got a cute little husband-wife tattoo thing.
You're a brave man. You're a brave man.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is it going to, I'll tell you what, were they matching lower back? That'd be awesome.
I can neither confirm nor deny. No, they weren't.
By the way, guys, welcome to another shot. And if best way to start it off, man, can you guys just let everyone know who you are real quick?
Yeah, I'm Ernest. I'm the bass player.
Oh, I guess I'll go. I'm Nick. I'm frontman, lead singer, lead guitar player.
I'm Kyle. I'm the drummer.
Awesome. Awesome to meet you guys. Out of Savannah, Georgia. How's the weather down there?
It's beautiful today. Absolutely gorgeous.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
We got that awesome northwestern Pennsylvania weather up here. It's beautiful.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, Kyle's familiar. That's why he's down there, originally from
Correct.
Dover. And Nick, from Connecticut. There's a reason why you guys are where you are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weather up here, yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
Guys, bear with me just one moment. I got a message.
I'm doing the same thing.
So you know how to. Okay.
Is it my mom again?
Lady Jesus. So apparently we got somebody's mom on here wanting to watch.
That's my mom, and I texted her too because I heard y'all having that conversation. I heard y'all having this conversation, so I texted her. I was like, "Listen, the link will be where it needs to be." Hi, Mom. I love you.
Every podcast.
Every
I
time.
literally got a message
Every
from my
time.
mom a little while ago. They're on their way to Alabama, and then they're swinging back up through Tennessee. But
Oh, nice.
I was told that Study has Wi-Fi in the truck, so they're going to be listening to the show.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
Well, be safe on the travels.
yes. Drive
Who we
safe.
get? What's up, Arliss?
Oh, there's our boy. This is in the house. And of course, we have to say hello, Miss Deb.
Hey, Debbie.
You always, Miss Debbie would be this gentleman's
Better half.
the love of his life.
Yeah, my rock.
You're what? You're getting ready to say something else.
And I have Sam Ferrari edits says hi.
Hey, hey.
Thanks
That's,
for joining us
that's another one that we joined from Shaka.
from Shaka.
Yes.
Shaka.
Shaka.
So we had an interesting situation the other night. Yours truly has done it twice now in the less than 1 year we've been doing this. Chose not to eat ahead of time.
Oh no.
And then turned around and slammed
A little bit of
a
everything.
little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it wasn't
no.
even into the first hour. And my happy ass was snoring right on the couch over there.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
It put me down. But
Yeah,
that's
brighten
it. I
up,
mean, it
man.
happens in a bar. I mean, who's never passed out in a bar?
Mm. I wish we could say no. But
Yeah, I would. Yeah, same.
Jesus, and Hercules over there. Hercules. We got a little studio audience going on as well. So big.
Nice.
The hand clap, just to mention.
Right.
Here, tip it. Come on.
Oh,
We got Ted Koppel over here, ready to rip it.
oh no, I definitely dug into you guys. Especially last week or two. Once we found we were gonna have you guys on here, you guys all got some interesting backstories. You guys are all from different venues, and then when I went onto your site and I looked at what musicians inspire you, there's a very broad array there as well.
Mhm.
I can understand why Kyle, loves his drums. He loves the Chili Peppers. Ernest, you didn't put anything on there about the musicians that inspire you, but strong musical background includes being the cousin of country music icon Brenda Lee. Tell us about that.
yeah, well, Brenda Lee's full name is Brenda Lee Tarpley, and so she was my grandmother's sister's daughter. So she makes her like my third cousin. Evidently, I met her one time at a Christmas party when I was 4, but I was 4. So
And then Nick, you like way different than Kyle. You're more Keith Urban, John Mayer, Lincoln Brewster.
Yeah.
So I can see why you pick up on the vocals. And then I kind of compared it to some of the music that you guys had on there, and I put it all together. It made sense once I sat there and listened and watched you guys. Yeah, definitely entertaining. I did have a good question for Ernest though. He began playing the bass after exchanging a car radio for his first instrument. Really?
I actually did, man. I actually did. I got my first guitar when I was like 14 years old and started playing guitar. And by 15, I was in my first band. By 16, I was playing out and was playing pretty steady within the first couple of years. But by 18, I had a buddy of mine who came down to visit me, and he was telling me they had just fired their bass player and that I should learn how to play bass. And I was like, well, I don't have a bass. So we found this guy that had a BC Rich Warlock, cherry red, winged out. I mean, the ideal bass for a metal band. And I didn't have no money. I was a teenager. So I had an Alpine car stereo, an old Toyota Celica I had. And so we went outside, took it out. I gave it to him. He gave me the bass, and I've never looked back.
That's amazing.
You got a Toyota Celica. You don't need a radio.
Exactly.
You're still gonna get chicks.
My wife used to drive one too. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
And
what's
that thing
wrong?
was like banana yellow too, man. It was iconic. It was great.
Oh,
Cool.
Oh,
Cool.
Ooh, rock star from the get go.
I just
Yes, sir.
did it have flames down the side? You got to do the flames.
No, it had we've been keyed a couple of times, but no flames. No.
Bobby says, "Good to see a three-piece band." There's still 4 of you guys, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's 4 of us.
Josh, right? Tell us about Josh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I mean, he's always late.
You guys got one
we
of
know
those.
nothing about that here.
Yeah, you guys got
Yeah.
one of those too.
But when he's present, man, he's on it, dude. He's been an
Mhm.
amazing addition to the band. Nick and I got lucky when we came across Kyle and Josh, and and Josh is just another one of those guys. He's a talented songwriter, talented picker, and a talented singer. And so we tolerate the tardiness every now and then.
That's
well,
why he lives up to the fashionably for the fashionably late, because it's fashionable, man. I tell you what.
I'm
think it's
curious because. Go ahead.
I think it's that mysterious card that he likes to play. You know
It
what I mean?
Very mysterious.
His bio on your site, it says, he likes Brooks and Dunn and the 3 F's of life. So is that our mysterious part there? The 3 F's. I put some shit into my head of like what it could possibly be.
Well, fishing and fighting's 2 of them. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
There you go.
I seen the light go off.
It's like, oh, got it. Yeah.
That Josh.
That was Kyle. How's it going down there, brother?
It's going.
Kyle needs a shot. You look like a man that could use a drink, brother.
I'm a bit retired from that.
Oh, well, that's whoops.
However, he's not retired from mint chocolate chip ice cream.
No. sir.
Apparently, there is nothing on the internet that is sacred anymore.
No.
Yeah. So, Kyle, what made you become a drummer?
Man, I don't even know. Like, my dad bought me some toy drum kit when I was a kid, and I used to just beat on it. And the way he puts it is one day it was noise, and the next you knew how to play. I don't know. I put it down for 10 plus years, and recently in the last year or 2 picked it back up.
I saw that decade-long break from music, and you brought it back in 2022, which is just a few years ago, correct?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
That's a hell of a hiatus, man.
What brought you back to music, brother?
Boredom mostly.
I
retired from doing some other things, and you got to fill the void,
Yeah. So now, 10 years off, is it just like riding a bike, getting back up there and playing the drums?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Really?
It took me a solid year for it to not be complete garbage.
Wow. So how did you guys get together? Like, you took 10 years off from the drums. You're taking a year to get back into it, and here you guys are, pushing out great music just 2 years later.
Well, yeah, Nick and I were in another project almost 2 years ago now. And, we just decided that, him and I was wanting to go in a different direction. And so the week that we had talked about going another way, Kyle and Josh were in a band together, and they had a show that Friday night. And anyway, their bass player canceled out on them last minute. So they had contacted another bass player, and he was playing with the band that I used to play with. So a light went off on Kyle's head, and so he shot me a text and was like, "Hey, I heard you're free tonight." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I kind of am." He's like, "Why don't you come on in and come sit in with us out here?" And I was like, "All right." So I went out, met Josh for the first time, second time. He told me we had met before. And anyway, Nick came out, and me and Josh and Kyle played a gig that night. And afterwards, Nick and I talked, man, and we were just like, these might be the 2 guys. So 4 of us had to sit down, and everything just clicked on all sides, man. And here we are almost a year later, and we're just pushing and doing what we do.
It's crazy.
You can definitely tell by the 3 accents which one's from Savannah. Josh also from Savannah, correct?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, when you hear him talk, you'll know.
Oh yeah.
You can definitely tell the dialects. Man.
Oh man.
Y'all
So what
don't
do you
want to
guys got
talk
coming
about
up
it,
down
not
the pipe, man? I love the new song. We've been playing the new song. We love it, man. Love it.
Thank
And
you.
that one comes with the video. You guys had the video with it. Small Town.
Yes.
There was 2 of the videos actually.
Yeah, 2 of them.
What was
Yep.
the other one was
Make You Love
Back
Me.
and Better.
Or no, it was like the love one.
Which
Yeah,
one had
Like
the
I Love You.
NASCAR?
Yeah, Like I Love You. All 3 of them,
That
all 3 of the singles technically have videos. Back and Better is a different type of video, but it does have a video to it. Yep.
So do
but
you guys
Like I Love
produce
You
your own videos, or do you have somebody come out there and
It's been different for each video. Back and Better was put together by someone we were working with at the time. And then when we shot Here's to a Small Town, it was a guy that I actually knew from when I first moved down to Georgia. I was like, hey, because we were talking about wanting to do a music video, and I was like, well, I know a guy that does video work. And so I contacted him. And he's like, yeah, I think I'll be free that weekend. I should be able to be free to come shoot your show and do some other extra shots. So we hired him to do that one. And then Like I Love You was totally done in-house. We did all of it.
You know, I liked it. You know, I mean, I like the black and white. I always like a black and white video. I mean,
That was
instead of
his
a black
idea.
and white, it's like, I don't know. It's like I'll watch the whole thing just because it's in black and white. You know what I mean?
nostalgic?
It could suck, and
Well-
I'll still watch it because it's in black and white. You know what I mean?
It was funny with that one because I had sat down with all those clips and edited the whole video together, and I sent it to the guys, and the consensus was like, what if we do it black and white? And I pushed back on it a lot. I was like, I don't know, the whole thing. And then Ernest was like, dude, trust me. So I just threw a black and white filter over the whole thing, and I sat there and like 30 seconds in, I texted him. I was like, all right, I hate this, but you're right. All right.
We look terrible in color.
Yeah, I was like, man, I look like crap in color. Let's do black and white for everything.
4K was not the answer. Yeah, no.
No, it was not. It was like, oh, make
So
it
you
worse.
4 have
I
all
don't
been
know.
together though. I know the 4th one's not here, but the 4 of you have been together now for what, a year, correct?
Yeah, June will make a year.
About,
Yeah.
So you guys have been doing this for you've been public for a year, or have you guys been like, you know, really kicking it out before that?
Oh no, this is this iteration of this band has been together a year. Yeah, we like I said, we came together the way we did, and we just been beating pavement, man. The chemistry's been there, and we're just, you know, putting in the work.
We've got our first audience question here. If you guys weren't doing music, what would you be doing instead? I like it.
Well, I could say the answer that you want me to say, but I'll be honest, and it's probably I would just be probably still doing the day job that I have now. I'd just be full time instead of part time. It's fine.
If I mean, you know, music's been an integral part of my whole life, man. You know, since I was, you know, 8 years old, I've always wanted to have a guitar in my hand, and you know, I've always seen myself, if I wasn't performing, I would still some way be involved in the music industry, you know, on the management side or working in a music studio or somewhere like that. But if I couldn't do music at all, man, I just think I just go fishing until I couldn't.
That's yeah.
I like to fish, but I tell you what, I like hunting better. I like being out in the woods. I like the snow, the cold, firearm in my hand. I mean, just game on. And that comes from my 15 years down in Tennessee. You?
I don't like the cold. But if I was doing music, I don't know if you guys caught our intro music video. I'm actually the one doing the guitar in
Oh,
the
you are
background.
so full of
Dude.
shit.
That's me. That's me shredding.
That was not AI at all. That was everything
Yeah.
done in house
That
from
was-
his beatbox that he got from Amazon.
yeah, that was me shredding.
Well, it was fantastic. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Thank you. I just dabble, but you know.
Listen, Mom, settle down in the chat.
Yeah, mom said no.
Oh, good, she found it. Perfect.
Not a fan of
Well,
snow.
if you got AI doing your intro, maybe you should get a band that you might know that can do an intro for you.
Already, actually, believe it or not, I'm already on that. It's
Nice.
just- they are in the process. You're actually going to get to meet this gentleman here a little later on. He's commented a few times. We've got a few other band friends that are wanting to meet you guys. So
Okay.
we'll be bringing them on in the second half. Be shooting that link out there. But for the time being, especially since we ourselves are just, we're not even a full year in yet. So we were looking for ways to really kind of keep up with everybody else and do what, So the one thing I can brag about is the lyrics were all me. But unfortunately I had to cheat a little bit and do the AI. Yes, don't you Lady Jesus is over here with instead of being on the cross, she's got her arms crossed. We'll leave that out. We can edit that one out later.
We'll edit it in post. It's fine.
We're live.
So yeah, I keep getting that part. No, I don't know. I just sat down one night and was spitting, and unfortunately, I had to cheat a little bit, and that's what we ended up coming up with. And believe it or not, Lady Jesus herself here and I sat on the couch for easily 2-3 hours and was just going over trying to find the right way to do it. And the one thing it's weird because I can get online and try and look something up and I can't.
Took him 2 days before he finally said, "Cat, I need help."
I went through every
Men.
and then she sat down and did this whole, and she found it on the first try. There's multiple versions of it out there, but yes, we do. To answer you guys' question, we do have a band out there. Always looking for opportunity to branch that song out there, send the lyrics to people, and see what people come up with. So, that's just had to cheat to get ahead a little bit. I hate to say it that way, but we ended up doing it.
That's the name of the game
What's
nowadays.
all we
man.
got?
We did have a comment, and I posted it. I guess Nick was born and raised in Vermont.
Ye-
Oh, damn.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Connecticut?
So you like that maple
It's
syrup?
close.
Burlington,
Hey.
Vermont. Burlington, Vermont.
Canadian
Same
maple
thing.
syrup has nothing
England.
on Vermont maple syrup. I said what I said. I'm gonna get so much heat from all the Canadians. It's fine.
Our friend Bobby wants to know, Nick, what age did you start playing guitar? Did you take lessons or just pick it up and learn on the fly?
Okay, this is actually really funny. So I started playing. My dad taught me my first 3 chords when I was 9, and he signed me up for lessons when I was 10. And I'm probably gonna get corrected in the chat if my mom is still in here. I think I took a year or 2 of lessons. It wasn't a lot, and from there, I just learned the basic, major scale, minor scale, kind of what the basic chords are. And then after that, everything else was pretty much self-taught. But it's funny because I haven't been in touch with my guitar teacher for years. And I finally just found him on Facebook last night and sent him a friend request because I'm like, look at what I'm doing because of what you taught me.
Look at me, Mom. Look at me, Mom.
I did it. Look. But yeah.
Student becomes the teacher, right?
And
no.
Arliss,
Ian was
Now,
Ian was a
he always
fantastic
needs
guitar
help.
player.
they say you only pick on the ones you love. Obviously, this man loves me a lot, so we're going to hear quite a bit from that. And then Tim Sybil chimed
Tim
in on that
says,
one.
Yeah, he thinks most guys do. Yeah, I agree.
Well, you're just getting all sorts of love tonight already.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, Guitar
Subject
players,
to me.
acoustic or electric? Guitar, acoustic or
I-
electric? What's preferred?
I was 12. I'm so sorry. If I had to pick one, yeah, I told you I was gonna get corrected in the chat. I told you it was gonna happen.
But it wasn't
I
mom, it
told
was
you.
dad.
It was dad. Oh, hi, dad. The gang's all here. No, if I had to pick one, probably electric.
So my question would be: are you a Strat guy or a Gibson?
Oh.
Don't pick the wrong one.
Fine. PRS. No, I'm kidding. I don't. Like
No
PRS.
pressure.
You know, Kyle Saul.
Honestly, me, if it came down to a desert island guitar, it'd be a Strat.
Nerd.
I'm just trying to fix mine because it's broken. I don't know what's wrong with it. I can't get it to work.
I'll tell you what, since we're talking music, I just seen something the other day that really grabbed my attention. I was watching a movie yesterday. I was watching Cyborg. And when I
Yes.
didn't know, I had to look something up because the question always was the bad guy a cyborg or was he not? So while I'm looking this up, I was finding all sorts of fun facts. Every character in that movie was named after a musical instrument. Whereas
I don't even know what movie.
Van
this
Damme's
is.
character was Gibson Rickenbacker, which are both. And
You know what? The
then
bad guy like Ibanez?
Fender was Fender Travelo or something like that.
Fender Tremolo.
And then there was Pearl, and then it was she was something else in that. But yeah, every character in that movie was named after a musical instrument or something that goes into making music.
That's kind of creative,
Fun.
though. That's kind of.
So there's a little fun
Yeah.
fact since we're all about
That's funny.
Well, if you
So-
really want to be a nerd on that, that was actually supposed to be in Masters of the Universe Part 2.
I seen that yesterday too.
Yeah, that was
Right,
the set.
nerd.
That's the set piece for it. But they lost money on it, and they had the set to make the movie. And they were like, "What the hell? Let's do this movie instead."
Well, let's go a
Nerd.
step further. Van Damme was offered 3 different roles. Cyborg being one, Delta Force being another, and then I can't remember the third one, and he chose Cyborg over all of them. And Delta Force went to Chuck Norris.
Fun fact.
Was he famous? No, I'm not sure.
I don't know him.
He's so fast when he turns off the light, he can be in bed before the light goes out.
Nick,
Yeah,
Bobby
he-
wants to know if you were born anywhere near Plymouth Notch, Vermont.
If you're talking about Smuggler's Notch, I've been there a couple times. That's where all the semi trucks just disregard all the signs that say, "Hey, you won't make it up this road," because most cars can't make it up
Well,
this
he
road, but
says
they
it's-
try to go up
he's
there
been
anyway.
there. He's been there many times. He said it's a beautiful area.
So
Rough.
yes, so
Rough
I
and
have a
tough.
I think he's talking about Smuggler's Notch, which is the local name for it. But yes, because and it's called that because back in the day that was the route that the moonshine smugglers and like alcohol smugglers would take to get over the mountains.
I'm interested in this next comment. And let's guess and see who's which one said it.
I taught you basic chords at 9/10. So
Thanks,
I'm guessing
Dad.
your dad's still there.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Dad.
And then, of course, hi, Nick.
Hello.
And our friend from California, Shaka, says, "What's up?"
Oh, Shaka, it's finally nice to meet you.
Shaka. I like that. That's a cool name. Shaka.
So my famous incident from Sunday night, apparently these folks got to talk to this gentleman while I'm over there just literally sawing wood. So cheers to you,
Outstanding.
brother.
Yeah, Shaka even heard the moaning.
So before we're getting ready to take our first break, before we do that, I gotta commend these guys. So for only doing this for 1 year and already up for 4 awards. What 4 awards are we up for here on the ISSA?
Yeah, we're up for the International Sing Songwriter Association. We're up for Entertainer of the Year, Band of the Year, single of the year and video of the year for Here's to a Small Town.
1 year.
1
Anything
year.
is possible, man, if you guys get the right chemistry and put your mind to it.
I'm
Absolutely.
pretty sure they got the right chemistry. It's just,
Yeah.
And a little icing on that, man. We just won Best Album and Singer Songwriter for Best of Connect Savannah this year as well.
Oh, man. Congratulations. Accolades already. That's great.
Hell yeah, man!
It's-
Pushing, like I said,
It's been a hell of a ride already. I'll tell you what.
we got a great support system down here, man.
We
We
do.
really do. So
and
we
there
really
you
only
go.
go.
From Arliss himself, we got congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. But no
want
matter
that
how
back.
good the band is and what all we've got going, man, it takes the support. The people, doing the voting, coming out to the gigs, and pushing us and helping us get to that next level, and drawing some attention our way. So we're very appreciative on everything that we're getting out of it.
Love it.
Right on,
Guys, I
man.
appreciate you guys coming on here. This is gonna be a night. I'm telling you right now, because up next comes my favorite question. I can't wait. But before we get to that one, let us go ahead and take our first break of the evening. And I do believe we will go with of course we were going to go with a Delta Circle song. We were talking about it earlier. Gentlemen, this is Here's to a Small Town. All right, guys.
Here's to the ones working hard all week, making this the land we love. Here's to the ones behind the scenes, making this town shine like gold. We crank it up and play it loud so the whole world knows. The place we lay our heads at night, the place I learned to cuss and fight, the place where mama taught me how to pray, the place where we know y'all by name, the place where I was born and raised. Sure as hell was more than any other way. Here's to a small town. We kick up dust on Friday nights, live it up under neon lights. We sneak our bottles to the game and wear that red and black with pride. The place we lay our heads at night, the place I learned to cuss and fight, the place where mama taught me how to pray, the place where we know y'all by name, the place where I was born and raised. Sure as hell was more than any other way. Here's to a small town. Been gone so long on the road, now it's time to come home, to see those winter roads I used to roam. The place we lay our heads at night, the place I learned to cuss and fight, the place where mama taught me how to pray, the place where we know y'all by name, the place where I was born and raised. Sure as hell was more than any other way. Here's to a small town. Here's to a small town.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Love this song. We love this song.
Sorry. He told me he had everything set for me. I wasn't
Oh, okay. So I
worried.
forgot the loop. My bad. It's not like I didn't get the banner and everything else all set up.
But he got me out of my routine. So
I got everything set and ready. So all we had to do was
Man.
come on here and hit play.
All
You had
right.
That's
one
it. I'm
job.
out. No, I'm just
God.
kidding.
All right.
Done.
Now,
I'm done. I'm flipping the table.
Oh,
I'm
come on,
out.
You guys are put changing seats now. Jeez, oh
Hey.
man.
Hey, he's over here now. I don't like it.
all right. So before we get too far, Bobby commented, you mentioned that you were in a metal band. How did you make the transition from metal to country? Was it difficult? And what are the similarities?
Well, I mean, metal was my first love. I mean, when I was coming up learning how to play guitar, man, I got into Metallica, Slayer, and then of course the Seattle plunge came in and started getting into Alice in Chains and a bunch of other guys that come through. And I kind of discovered, man, that there wasn't a whole lot of money in that, from where I was at, my location, and what I was doing. And I got into my first cover band and started playing with those guys, learning top 40, and then there's always been that kind of run for country music. No matter what you tie into, man, it always goes back to the roots of where you come from. And the transition really wasn't hard, man, as far as playing. You just kind of slow it down a little bit, but there's a lot of similarities in playing metal and rock. But there is country, especially in today's country, and a lot of things, a lot of bands that are coming out. And the biggest difference is, I think that, it's just really kind of the camaraderie. I mean, I met a lot of good people and stuff like that playing in metal bands and stuff like that. But those bands don't seem like they connect and have the same connectivity as it does as playing country music. And I guess in all aspects, I'm just kind of a musical whore, man. I just kind of went towards where the money was at, and that's where I ended up.
What does that make me?
Those are your words, not ours.
You the bottom
What is
bitch.
happening?
You just
Yes. I
Damn it.
receive it. Anyway,
Well, the
Anyway.
this segment's starting off a lot different.
I love it. I'm
Welcome
here
to the
for- I
show.
I might need another drink.
All right. Carrie Shoemaker says, my personal fave for that song.
He is
All
so
right,
smart.
thank you, Miss Carrie.
Thank you. Thank
She
you.
said, I love that even though they're popular, they make time for their fans. They made my daughter feel so seen.
That
So yeah,
was awesome. That was
yeah,
so cool.
if we can on that Carrie, thank you so much, Carrie. And we tell Taylor we said hey. But about 2 weeks ago, Carrie reached out to the band, and last Friday was her daughter's sweet 16th birthday. And her daughter had seen us a few months ago play in town, and she liked our music and followed us ever since. And her mom contacted and asked if the guys if we would just make a happy birthday video for her. And I said, of course, that would be no problem at all. And then she asked us if we had any CDs available, if we could get her a signed CD. And I was like, sure. And so anyway, her and I talked, and I said, well, I'll tell you what, if it's okay, I said, why don't Nick and we'll bring the signed CD to her birthday. And she's like, that would be amazing. So they set up this whole scenario. We're going to post the video tomorrow, but they set up the whole scenario at the restaurant where they were at. They were watching this video, and Nick and I came up in the behind the crowd and was watching the video. And at the end of the video was the band shot of us all telling her happy birthday. And she was all excited and everything. And then she turned around, and there Nick and I were. And we, she just ran up, gave us a big old hug, and was super excited about it. And we gave her gifts and everything, man. And that's what makes doing this special, man. Just to gain, one fan at a time like that was absolutely amazing. And I don't think she realized that she made our day more than we probably made hers.
One
It was
person
so
at a
cool.
time.
Oh, that's great.
It was awesome.
Oh,
The power of music, man. The power of
well,
Hey,
here's
that's
a happy late 16th birthday, by the way.
Exactly.
I'll drink to it.
Oh, our
Yeah, so the bottom line to it, man. Somebody invites
boy
you to go to their
Jason,
daughter's
of course.
16th birthday, you go.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to hear from that gentleman quite a bit. He is actually the head of security for the Southern Outlaw Band.
Okay.
Okay.
He's smaller than me. older than all of us put together.
Yes, Nick. We have our own little chat going on between.
I'm aware. I can see it. That's my mom and my wife having a fantastic conversation in the chat. Mom, come on now.
Birthday, Nick.
Come on now.
Actually, it's this week.
It is. It's this Saturday.
Yeah, his birthday will be Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm staying
here's
home.
my favorite question to ask. Now, you guys, if you guys, people watching, haven't checked these guys out yet, check them out at deltacirclemusic.com. And you'll see all their schedule, their bios, so on and so forth. Just check the ticker out below.
Oh,
What's
Jason.
going on, Jason? So
What's up, dude?
you guys have been all over though, just in that that small amount of time. Very impressive how far you guys have already gone. And you've traveled. You've been to Europe, correct?
No. We did not. No.
Did you not tell me that they won the Battle of the Bands in France?
Hold on. What was the name? I figured it was France because it had a French name.
That was
Oh,
the Milan Air Group. Yeah, they're close. They're out of Hinesville.
Because I never saw that, and I was going on.
Same thing. What was it? It was Milan, was it?
It was. I mean, we'll take the credit, but
Yeah. No, it's not. No. When did we get ice cream? Like, when did we go to France? You mean to tell me we went to France?
yeah, when did that happen?
When
You
did I
think
go
my
to
history
France?
is good? Check out my geography.
This
We
is
drove
true.
through Dublin, Georgia.
This is true.
Coming
We did.
Oh, but that must be in Ireland.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Oh my
I
god!
hate to see what happens if he gets to Rome, Tennessee.
It wasn't built in a day. I can tell you that much.
So my question to you guys is, since you got to travel around quite a bit, give us a good story from the road. What's something that give us something funny. What's something that sticks out? Like who's the prankster? Who's the these are the ones I really start getting into. The silence. Here come the crickets.
Oh,
I don't know, man. So if we've been running together, I'm trying to think of maybe one of the good ones that we can talk about on air.
yeah. It's always interesting when the four of us get in a van together. It's
Arliss said Steve.
Thanks, Pete.
Who just
Kyle, what's the moment? I know we've had one since we've been together, man.
I'm trying to think.
I
I
got
don't know.
Russian water. I don't know.
That you know what the funny part is? You can tell these guys have so many, but they said it best. What can they tell without implicating themselves?
I
Right,
mean,
there's moms watching.
And wives.
she's been part of half of it, so yeah.
Josh isn't here. We can blame him.
There you go.
What? I was just thinking the one that stands out is when we were on our way. When was it when we were going to New Orleans, I think. And we were sitting there listening to. We had just got the masters back for the record. Oh yeah, I'll let Kyle tell that story, the House of Blues story. Yeah, we.
Yeah,
can tell
that's
that
all
one.
Kyle there.
Which is funny because we'll segue into that. But we had just gotten the
I'm
masters.
trying to forget that. You know that, right?
Well, good luck. 'Cause we won't let you. But no, we had just gotten the masters back for the record. We were listening to it, and Josh is like, "What the hell is that synth sound? It's so annoying. Why is the synth turned so high up in the mix?" We're like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "This part right here." And Ernest is like, "That's Nick singing in the background of one of the songs." She's like, "Nah." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a background vocal part." He's like, "Nah, that's a synth, dog." I'm like, "It's not. That's
Nope.
me." But okay, thanks, I guess.
8 takes in a room. Yeah.
It's like, ooh,
Come on, Kyle. Tell him about the House of Blues story.
please. I
So-
love that story.
I now have to ask when they say, the gig's backlined. I now have to ask 1,001 questions about how much
He's traumatized.
back
Yes.
So we show up to play at the House of Blues down in New Orleans, and I'm sold this idea where everything's gonna be great. There's everything you need. And you don't have to worry about nothing. And I show up to possibly the biggest turd of a drum kit I think I've ever seen. It had a broken snare stand and no cymbals. So I didn't bring cymbals with me to New Orleans because I was told we're good, everything's fine, they got it handled, nothing to worry about here. So I start running around about an hour or two before the gig, trying to find cymbals. And I run next door to the place where some other bands are supposed to be playing to find out they don't even have a drum kit, which was for them. At least I had a leg up. By the time I came back, the sound.
You ain't got toms.
What's that?
No,
By the time I came back from running around, the sound guy had found a ride and a set of hi-hats. And I was like, all right, cool, I can make that work. He goes, ooh, bad time to tell you that there's no hi-hat clutch. I'm like, is there anything this thing does actually has that works? So I ended up making a hi-hat clutch out of some duct tape. Oh, stupid AirPods. Hold on.
And this is at the House of Blues, right?
I was just
Yes.
ready to say.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, just making sure.
in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And you guys are like,
I
Kyle,
made-
don't fuck this up.
No excuse, man.
All on you, buddy.
That's pretty much how it went. Yeah. Don't fuck up.
But that also goes to show that duct tape fixes everything.
it does.
Indeed.
It does. It probably would have been a little better if it was flex tape, but it's fine.
Yeah, because to add to that, not only were we playing
Oh, yeah,
that
there.
night,
Okay, so
Yeah,
we got it
duct
here
tape.
too.
I see it.
but we were also hired that night to be the backing band for somebody else who was playing there. So we had to play twice that night. So Kyle put this all together and it was able to make 2 hours on stage with one of the most half-assed drum kits that you probably would ever play that didn't come out of somebody's garage somewhere. I mean, it was
So
it was
that being
fun.
said, though, the show went well, right? Everything went.
Oh,
as
yeah,
planned?
no,
I was just about to say, if
Tom's
you
the hero in
didn't,
this story, honestly.
yeah, I was just about to say, if you didn't know that story and you went back and watched the video, you wouldn't know
No idea.
at all. You would have no idea that
But
was
the
thing.
anxiety of 30 minutes prior
Oh,
was
yeah.
unmatched.
The anxiety during. Are you kidding me? Because we were also told, hey, everything's backline, drums, guitars, everything. The only guy that actually got his backline was Ernest. He got a bass amp. Josh and I had no guitar amp, so we had to go straight from our pedal board straight into the system and try to make it sound okay. It was rough.
And you still
was
pulled it
rough.
off, though, right?
Yes, it was, and honestly, to this day, it's probably one of my top 3 shows we've played. I'm being honest.
So, gentlemen, let's raise our glasses to Kyle.
To
Savior of
Kyle.
this duct tape.
The savior of
Kyle has always brought his cymbal since.
Yes, he has.
He has. Yes, he has. He brought him to Texas too.
So while we're all talking with Kyle, Bobby wants to know what drummer, dead or alive, would you most want to go to dinner with? Also, who was
Ooh.
better in their prime, Neil
Peart.
I can't
Neil
remember.
Peart or John
Peart.
Bonham?
Oh,
Good luck, Kyle.
have fun. I'm gonna leave the room for this one.
That's a trick question.
Yeah, you can't. There's no answer to that question.
Come on, make one. Make one.
No,
You
there's
got
no
this.
answer to that question.
Because we all know that Keith Moon from The Who was better than both.
Ooh.
False.
Oh,
Very false.
Shots fired.
I don't know as a guitar player if I'm allowed to have input on that.
You can't. Well, I mean, as long as it's not the wrong input.
I'll leave it out. I'll leave it. It's fine.
But I guess, I mean, Chad Smith is probably my all-time favorite drummer ever.
Red
So
Hot
if I had to
Chili
go
Peppers.
in with one, yeah. And who's better, Neil Peart or John Bonham? Yes. That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it.
Valid.
I love it.
That's awesome. What do we got from Miss Julie Moore?
She says Kyle can fix anything with duct tape.
As you can. And we have proven it.
Not wrong.
We have proven it.
Like they say, if it moves, is it supposed to move and it doesn't? WD-40. Is it don't move and it's supposed to? Tape. One away.
You
Peter
are not
At
wrong.
the end of- From Kiss? Really?
Mm.
I'll keep that opinion to myself.
Oh. I don't know.
I'm just, yeah. I'll open a can of worms on that because I'm
gotta
just
forgive
not a
him.
Kiss.
I
Just not a
can't
Kiss
stand
fan.
them. They, yeah.
You
If
know,
somebody
I
asked
don't
me
give
my
Vets
top
credit.
five,
They put out phenomenal music. They helped. I feel like they helped revolutionize not so much metal. Like you can't really classify them for like metal or rock.
No.
Like they're that in between. But man, I tell you what. One thing that's really kind of like shining a horrible light on these guys. The more stuff I see come out where there was so much friction between the two, how much of an asshole Gene Simmons actually is.
Yeah.
And then you find out that Paul Stanley is also kind of an asshole. Peter Criss didn't even last the whole time of the band. He started with them and then left, or they booted him, however you want to look at it.
Jason is extremely butthurt right now when we give any nigga.
I'm sorry, man. I just
Well, my thing about Kiss is, man, is that now Gene Simmons. I mean, his business sense, you can't deny what he's done. What they did to make that band,
Oh, it's
what they are with their stage show and stuff like that. But me, as a 12-year-old metalhead who walked into my cousin's room one day and I seen this poster of Kiss, and it's these demons up there and there's fire and it just looks amazing. I'm like, oh, I've got to hear these guys. And at the time I'm listening to like Sepultura and Slayer and Obituary. And he's like, all right. So he puts in this Kiss album and I'm like, whoa, the hell is this? I'm like, these are the OGs of false advertisement because what I'm hearing is not what I'm seeing.
I'm gonna leave that can shut from me. I can't. I just can't. I don't know.
I'll say it for you, Nick. Kiss sucks.
Thank you.
Whoa, there it is.
Like it was so, like
I'll say it, it's
everything
okay.
just
Okay, we just lost
everything
Jason.
just
He's gone.
sounds stale. The whole record sounds stale. There's no like
I'm not a Kiss
personality
fan
to it.
myself. Maybe one or two songs, but I just
Yeah, like if it comes on the radio, sure, I'll let it play because like I know there's not going to be another one. But like I'm not going to go out of my way on Spotify to say, you know what I really want to listen to right now? I want to listen to some Kiss. I'm like I would much rather like go listen to, some sort of Georgian like, yell music. Like I don't even know. Like he says bye. All right. I'm sorry if I offend you, but like, oh my god. I don't know.
I'm
There's
pretty
no
sure Aunt Jen
personality
has,
to the music.
Flash Kiss.
Oh, Jen.
I just think they made their way as an amazing live band. You know what I mean? Like
their
I
show
just-
is incredible. Their show is incredible. That's about it.
So this lady we're about to post a comment to, you gotta love anybody that posts it and starts it with, "Hi guys, it's me. I'm Jen."
I'm so sorry.
Actually, if you remember correctly, she does the talk to text, so it's actually supposed to say, "Hi guys, it's me, Aunt Jen."
Aunt Jen.
Oh,
Yes.
Aunt Jen, that's right.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
I'm late.
Yes, it's my lovely aunt who grew up in the 80s and let us know that she's pretty much flashed every band ever.
She just was like-
Yeah, she's like,
Thank you, Aunt Jen.
Outstanding.
Now,
I thought she was bringing all our personalities to the party. I wasn't sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I tell you
so-
what, you need to hear this woman's accent. You want to talk? I don't know. It's like a cross between Philadelphia, Brooklyn, Jersey, and it had like a bastard child. Something went wrong in the birth, and
she's a true city folk, true Philly accent. Kyle will know he wasn't too far from the pond there over in Delaware.
hi, I'm in Delaware.
Delaware. I completely forgot about Delaware. I really did. Kyle reminded me. It's been 10 years.
It's pretty easy.
Hang on, wait. But before we get to all those other ones, hang on. Arliss wanted to chime in on our little debate we had going a second ago. And who did he have in mind?
I gotta
Michael
Google
Catalan.
half these names.
Michael Catalan.
Never
Hold on,
heard-
I'll tell you.
That sounds like an unsung hero. I don't know.
Help us, Nick.
Well, I'm just being a baseball player.
Third baseman.
For a farm league
I'm seeing
team.
Kirk Hammett from Metallica. Ooh.
Oh
Very
yeah,
impressive.
dude, well, he
guitarist.
learned from the GOAT. He learned from God himself, Joe Satriani. I mean, come on now,
Well, and I mean Cliff Burton. I mean they had.
dude. You cannot go wrong with Cliff.
Yeah.
Just
Dude, that was a tragedy. I remember, dude, I grew up on Metallica thanks to my sister. They're the ones that turned me on to heavy metal. And to this day, I still say they are one of the gods when it comes to popularizing heavy metal.
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. I mean, and even to this day, I mean their writing structure and what they would do musically, man. I mean, if anybody went back, you know, you can't count like Saint Anger and some of these other ones they've got. But if you go back and start, you know, from Master of Puppets and work your safe back down, even to when they was doing the thrash on Kill 'Em All. I mean, their writing and their concept of what they done musically, man, nobody's ever really even come close to what those guys have accomplished.
oh,
We lost them.
oh. Well, apparently, according to Arliss, he says he's the current drummer for Skinnerd, which I have now found.
Okay.
So, fantastic, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic
No,
choice.
yeah. Can't argue that.
What is this Delta Circle takeover now? What's happening? Let's just talk drummers. Best
That's
drummers.
it, that's it.
Kyle, list them. Top 5.
Do what?
Top 5 drummers.
drummers.
Go.
Go.
I mean, you're gonna have John Bonham in there.
Oh,
Chad
100%.
Smith.
100%.
Neil Peart.
The Lord.
Probably Travis Barker.
Okay.
Okay.
Get one more.
I gotta think. Hold on.
Travis
Somebody-
Barker is a fantastic choice, by the way.
He's phenomenal.
Fantastic choice, by the way.
I don't care what anybody feels about
He
it.
doesn't get enough love.
He does not.
He
as a
does
drummer.
not.
He really does not.
Actually, you want to know another one who doesn't get anywhere near enough love? Alex Van Halen.
Invalid.
Preach.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
He
How
really
many
does.
shows do we play a week? Anywhere from 1 to 3 usually right now. This is cool. Neil Peart, yeah. Gotta have Neil Peart on the list.
How are you seeing the?
You go, so where it says private chat, hit comments. Because private chat is for everybody in the call. Comments is the live chat. On the right. Well, if you're on your phone, I don't know where it's at for you.
Yeah.
But if you're
I got it.
Oh, you got it? It's the comments, not the private chat.
Yep. I'm up there. Okay.
There
Cool.
you go.
Yeah, I didn't have all that. All right. Hello, everybody.
John Bonham, Led Zeppelin. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But yes, no, I agree. Alex Van Halen does not get any recommendation
Oh no,
and love. He does not. And he's one of them drummers where like as soon just like for Hot for Teacher, like as soon as if it only starts with drums with the song, you immediately know that's Alex. Like you know that's his drums. You know it's going to be a rockin' Van Halen song,
when
which
you
is
get your own,
hard to do.
when you get your own syndrome named after you, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. Being that his brother was what he was, it's
Yeah.
because I mean, if you really want to talk about it too, Michael Anthony was one of the best
dude,
bass players. and
one of the
backing-
greatest backup musicians and vocalists in the industry, still is today.
They were
Still
so
is.
they were
Hey,
just so buried by Eddie Van Halen that
So Robert wants to know how many songs in your set list, and do you throw in any covers? Right now, Robert, we've got 7 originals that we do live, and most of our gigs are 3 to 4 hours. So we're doing usually 45 to 60 songs a night when we play. Playing these bar gigs and everything. And of course, we're like anybody else, we're working to the point that we can start playing smaller gigs and putting in more originals. But right now, that's where we're at, man. So to cover these long gigs, we're doing about 60 songs a night.
Yeah, and it's fun. They're back.
Oh, we're back.
There they are.
That don't ever stress me out like that again.
Like I said earlier, which one was I talking to on the phone? Trying to
That'd
remember
be
which.
Ernest. That'd be Ernest.
Ernest.
Yeah, we go way back.
Maybe. I don't know. Hold on. We're fixing to find out.
No, Frozen.
you broke.
It's all right. It's all right. Chat will keep the questions coming. It's fine.
There you go.
So
Oh no, they're back.
You
No,
thought.
they're not. I thought that. I'm sorry. That's
Ladies
what I
and
missed.
gentlemen, welcome to the Delta Circle Show. Like,
Welcome to Delta Circle Show. This is the
hey, but
Delta
Kyle,
Circle.
you're talking about having people name stuff after him, like Bernard Purdy, man. I mean, literally,
Oh,
he's got
dude.
a Purdy shuffle. I mean,
Yeah,
Funny enough, Thomas Claxton had him here on Friday night to do a workshop.
I
He
saw
did.
that.
yeah, they
I
did
saw
the Me,
that.
Myself, and Us show over at District Live. Yeah.
Everybody in chat, if you don't know who Thomas Claxton is, go look him up. A fantastic musician from the Savannah, Georgia area. He does this series called Me, Myself, and Us, and he'll get these incredible musicians, whether they're just session artists or they've worked with, like, he's gotten people that have worked with Chuck Berry,
Phil Collins,
Phil Collins, Tom Petty. That's the one I couldn't think of. Tom Petty, like,
Fleetwood Mac.
yeah, the who's who of the music industry.
So they did the Me, Myself, and I on Saturday, but Bernard Purdy did a workshop Friday night.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
I didn't get to go, but it would have
Yeah.
been cool. It was on my mind, but we had other arrangements that day.
Yeah. Robert had a good question. He said, "That's intense. Do you cover any Alice in Chains tunes?" We do. Every once in a while, we'll throw in Nutshell. Because it's just, it'll always go over
We
well.
need a
It's one of
cooler
the-
one than that.
We do. I wouldn't mind doing Rooster. I would just have to sit down and learn Rooster.
I've always said Rooster or Wood. I think Wood would
Wood's
be
a good one too.
another-
Yeah, Wood's a good one
another
too.
good one.
What do y'all play? What's the name of your band? Jan, we are Delta Circle, and we are we've gone through a bunch of different titles, but I guess the most apt one is like a Southern rock alt country band.
Look us
Never
up.
heard of them. Yeah. Look us
Delta
up,
Circle.
deltacircleband.com. All our socials are linked through there. We have an album out, Someone Else's Story. It's got 7 fantastic songs on it. And they range from everywhere from something like Back and Better, which is kind of in your face, just straight up rock and roll. Got picked up by NASCAR and used by NASCAR for a little bit of promotional stuff for a little while. It's got everything from that to a really cool kind of power ballad, All I Knew, on there, which is one of my favorites. Wrote that a couple years ago. How long have we been playing as a group together? Just shy of a year in general, my whole life. And I think I can speak for most of us on that. We're down again, trying to get back up. No worries, Steven. We got this. We're pros at this point. Well, it's funny because when I was at my tattoo appointment earlier, the guy was like, "Oh, how many podcasts do you guys do?" And I was like, I genuinely couldn't even tell you what number this one is because we've done so many at this point. This has got to be like 12 or 15 or something stupid like that.
I think it's
No.
around 11 or 12. Where
Is
we're
it?
at now. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So I think we kind of get the gist of it.
Well, if anything we can do is talk. So
Yeah. How do you do the vocals on that? Do you stick with do you stick with Jerry or Lane's parts or both? Just kind of do it all our own way, because that's kind of our biggest thing with the covers is like those people have already made their money off that song sounding the way it does. So we obviously there's some that like you kind of you kind of have to keep it close to the record. Like, for example, Nutshell or Pride and Joy or something like Enter Sandman that we do all the time, or Freebird. You know, those ones are you kind of got to keep it to where it's at, you know, because that's the whole song as an entity is what it's known for. So, but a lot of times we try and like find a cover and make it our own. Kind of like the best example I have is like Folsom Prison Blues. We do Folsom Prison Blues, but we slow it way down, and it's like real swampy, heavy, very distorted. You know, a lot of the solos. I'm using a wah pedal on the solos. Kyle's throwing in some insane double kicks in the background, so it's just very not Johnny Cash. But at the same time, the lyrics hit, and you're like, oh, I know what song this is. Oh my God, there's so many questions going on.
Oh yeah, they're coming in, huh?
Oh yeah. They said they're almost back. Do you have a YouTube channel? We do. You can look us up on YouTube. All of our music videos are on our YouTube. We do also have some live clips on our YouTube, and we have some more content coming up for that pretty regularly. Do we write our own? We do. I wrote most of the album. Ernest helped me write Holding a Beer. And actually his girlfriend Cher wrote all the lyrics to Back and Better, which was our first single. So that was cool.
Jason said NASCAR's gay.
Much.
We hadn't got into the Soundgarden. But Chris Cornell, yes. Chris Cornell was one of a lifetime generational singer, man.
Biggest reason is because I don't know if I could do that man any justice vocally. I don't know if you can do that. I don't think that's possible. If you can, props, kudos.
All right, Nick, top 5 guitar players. Go.
Top 5 guitar players. Keith Urban, Joe Satriani, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I got to throw Lincoln Brewster in there because he's one of my biggest influences on the way I solo. And he's actually what got me into music, because a lot of guitar players say, oh, it was the moment my dad showed me Jimi Hendrix. Well, I will never forget. We were on our way back from Six Flags, and I don't even know how old I was. We were on our way back from Six Flags. My dad says, Nick, you got to check this out. And it was Lincoln Brewster's song, Let Your Glory Shine. And that just insane guitar intro. And I was like, yep, I want to do that. That's cool. I want to do that for a living. So yeah, that's probably my 5.
Nice.
You're back.
There they are.
Hey, we made it.
Welcome back. Welcome to the
Welcome
show.
to another shot, fellas.
Welcome to another shot with Delta Circle.
So you guys have done 11 or so podcasts. How many of you had to run because the host internet? I don't know what the hell's going on. I really don't. I don't know if it's what's going on outside right now. We actually had to jump to a hotspot. It's been an absolute nightmare.
Could have been the house fire.
It had to have been.
Yeah, literally, there's like a parade of fire trucks
that's
going on around us. You wouldn't even know it.
So, I mean, I went in to check to make sure that nobody was messing with anything, and the internet in the house had even dropped.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting. Yeah, technology's great if it works.
We held it down the best we could, fellas. We held it down the best
I
we
did
could.
my best.
Dude, you guys did awesome. We appreciate it. And we do apologize for that delay.
Hey,
That's what happens with live sometimes. I mean, at least I can say this much. I've seen it happen on the McAfee show on ESPN.
Yeah. No, it was good, man. I was
love
sitting
that.
back enjoying you guys while we were trying to get up and running. Oh, man, these guys are pretty cool.
I do a little bit of streaming on the side as well, so being able to kind of do that is kind of came in clutch a little bit. I was like, oh, this is just a normal Tuesday or Thursday for me.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's like, let's head over to the comment section. Let's see what
Let's
we
go
got.
to chat. And Ernest is like, how do you even know where the chat is? I'm like, bro, do you even stream? Kyle, I agree.
We were, trust me, we were watching on the sidelines trying to get everything back up and going. These guys, much appreciated, man. We apologize you had to do that, but thank you for covering. And I mean,
That was fun.
Quick Q&A with Delta Circle.
Yeah. And there were still more coming in.
Did we even get to Bobby's cover any Soundgarden?
We did, and I think that was the last one that we started talking
Yeah.
about.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we don't do any Soundgarden right now, but Stranded on a Desert Island with 5 albums.
Ooh.
Oh, I know one of them is the first Boston record, 100%.
Ooh.
Oh.
First Boston record, hands down. I gotta have. I can't narrow it down to one. Any James Taylor record,
Mm.
any of them.
Hmm.
Purple Rain, Prince. Oh, what is the one? Paradise Gala by Styx, I think it is.
Sounds right.
That's a fantastic record, front to back. And fifth is hard. Ooh, probably anything Metallica. Anything Metallica,
Oh.
probably.
What
Master of
about
Puppets, if I had to pitch one. If I had to pitch one.
there
Master
you
of
go.
Puppets, if I had to.
what you got, Kyle?
So the first Skinner album,
Yeah.
Yes.
Tres Hombres, ZZ Top's first album.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm reading your bio as you speak, Kyle.
Yeah.
Paradise Theater. Yes.
Blood Sugar Sex Magic, Chili Peppers.
Oh.
Also on the list.
Okay.
Is it bad if I put 2 Chili Peppers albums on there?
No.
No, there's no rules,
Because-
just 5.
Because Stadium Arcadium is double sided and it's 2 in 1 technically.
This is
it's-
true.
Fantastic.
Uh-oh. I just got a Windows security notice. Go away.
I don't know, man. A fifth
That's cool, Arliss. That's awesome.
I know if I'm looking at your bio, Kyle, I'm as free as a bird now.
one. I didn't write that, but it sticks. I am that asshole that yells Freebird everywhere I go.
Yes.
Well, luckily for you, we end every show with free. Oh,
Was that-
Jane, Eric
Was that
Clapton's
5
good
albums,
too.
Kyle? Or are you still waiting on the
Or because I suck and I can't think of a fifth one.
5's hard.
It is.
Number 5's
4
the
is
hard
easy.
one.
It
4
is.
is easy. 5 is the hard one.
Man, I don't know.
Go to your Spotify. Go to your Spotify.
Zeppelin 1.
Yeah.
Oh, solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
I can listen
Man,
to Good Times,
you've
Bad
got me-
Times
you've
1,000
got
times
me
over and never get
rethinking.
tired of it.
Yeah.
Man, I'm rethinking.
I would have to say first, Bobby. I mean, the game changer was Metallica, Master of Puppets. That would be the album. I would have to have Promise Pork Soda. That album will always go down in history with me. Full self-titled album on there. Then I'd have to have to change it up some. I just have to throw back and just have some Hank Williams Sr. greatest hits just to mellow me out while I'm stuck on the island. And then I think for the 5th album, it would just have to be anything Stevie Ray Vaughan. That way I've got a good selection across the room of just listen to what I want.
I know.
Ray
Some-
Vaughan, man, he had that one great album. Had Love Struck Baby on it. He had everything on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grew up with that. I could still see the.
Was that off the? Was that the one that was the close up of him, or was that the Texas Flood record?
Ooh, I think it was the close of him. He had the black cat. He was looking down.
Yeah. Hold on. I got you. Hold on.
Now, see, you said you guys kept saying Master of Puppets, Master of Puppets. Now, Master of Puppets was my very first Metallica album. I had it on a cassette tape that my sister had, recorded for me. But my very first album that I purchased was Ride the Lightning, and to this day is still my favorite Metallica album.
Ride the Lightning is fantastic.
No,
They had the big 4. There's the famous 4. You had Kill 'Em All, Injustice for All, Master Puppets, and Ride the Lightning.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure every one of us had that T-shirt at one point that had all.
Oh, that's the electric chair on the front.
Every
Like,
one of us has had that. I wish today I still had that.
So what do you want for Christmas?
You could probably get it at Target.
Oh
It'll
yeah,
be
Oh,
bootleg,
let's
but
just
it's
go to Hot
still.
Topic. Get one of their throwback.
yeah.
One
Yeah.
thing for
I'd be
Christmas, I
I'd
need
be
to have
framing
this.
houses, and I had the Metallica shirt where the two skulls. They're holding the two skulls.
Yes.
It's got the
I've got it
sleeves
in the
cut off.
house. I have it cut off as a sleeveless.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, my uncle, man,
yes.
he's a big old country guy. He's like, "What kind of shit you got on your shirt? What is that?" I'm like, "Man, shut up, leave me alone." Like,
Metallica, bro. Go away.
But I would honestly have to say, I tell you what, another good one. And I mean, the album cover was made famous from Bill and Ted, but I think it's one of the albums that really made these guys. Houses of the Holy, Led Zeppelin.
Oh yes.
That's
Yeah.
definitely
That's
Kyle
such a great
wheelhouse.
record.
there.
That right there was phenomenal. And I'm going to throw one out there just because I want to mix it up. And I would have to, I couldn't pick just one particular album. I'd have to go to the greatest hits for these guys. Queen, believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
Brian May, Freddie Mercury. I mean, those guys,
Dude, what a group.
dude, they were a powerhouse, honestly.
Oh,
that was a lightning in a bottle band, dude. People
Oh,
don't realize they're
dude.
so slept on. They're like a bunch of other
They
bands that have
are.
made such a 3-song band. You don't, I mean, till you dive really into their library, it's insane.
Tie your
the
mother
stuff.
down.
Every
Come
one of
on
their
now.
songs was huge, and they actually did almost the entire soundtrack for Highlander.
Yes.
The only
Yes.
one.
So I mean,
Nobody counts Highlander 2, but 1 and 3 are amazing.
I don't know. I like part 4. I like when they brought Duncan and Connor.
Yeah, that was cool. That was
It
cool.
was
But like I
good.
said,
It was on the weird side, but the
We don't
first one
talk
was
about
the
two.
best.
Yeah.
Sean Connery was the fucking man.
Sean
As a
Connery.
Spaniard, you got a Scotsman playing a Spaniard,
Yes.
and he pulled
As
it
the
off.
Lord intended.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Best role since Al Pacino playing a Hispanic. I mean, you just take it
Yes.
as you got to get it, dude. I mean,
Wow.
Can't beat it. Oh, we got a Neil Young out there.
Yeah, I see Neil Young down there.
What are those guitars behind you?
well,
Oh,
Robert,
talk about it.
yes. So I will. I'll start with this one over here. This was actually the first electric guitar I ever had. This was bought for me when I was 14 years old, and that's the one I learned to play on right
Is that
there.
an Ibanez?
It is actually it's a Fender Squire, the American series.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Sleep on 'em.
that's the one I learned to pick on, man. And this one over here was actually custom made by Derry Woodworking up in Canada. It's a one of a kind. And he just made one for the guitar player for Five Finger Death Punch. And he's doing a lot of things. Check him out, Derry Woodworking. He's on all the socials. Absolutely fantastic, beautiful guitar, well played, man. Yeah,
That thing sings too, man. It sounds incredible.
It only comes off the wall for special occasions.
And it weighs every bit of what it looks. That thing's about 12 pounds. That is the heaviest guitar I've ever played in my life.
What do we got from Miss Jan?
Neil
Neil
Young,
Young singer-songwriter.
yes.
Okay.
Ah.
Love me some Neil Young. I think I have a couple Neil Young records. I had to break out.
Did you guys ever listen to the Traveling Wilburys?
Yes.
What's going on, brother?
Never. Nick, Traveling Wilburys.
Hold on, I'm gonna look them up. Hold on, I got you.
Oh, it's gonna
Traveling
blow your
what?
mind that you never heard of these
Wilburys or
guys.
wheelberries?
Wilburys, like Wilburys. Not many people realize this band, but I mean, if you see the Titans that are in
Oh,
this
I
band,
do know who this is. Yes.
we had
yes.
Bob Dylan, we had Tom
Yes.
Petty, we had Roy Orbison, man.
Yes.
They came together and
okay.
they put down one smash.
Ernest, we were talking about it on another podcast with somebody else. I want to say it was Josh Terry. I can't remember who though. We were on another podcast with somebody else and they brought them up.
I think it
Yes,
was.
that's why-
I think it was.
That's why
Josh.
it sounded familiar. Shout out, Josh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Like I love them. If you ever get the chance, listen to one of their albums.
Fantastic. You have
It
a
is.
signed guitar by Jesse James. That's dope. That is sick.
Oh,
I have
Ah.
one signed by Lincoln Brewster. So that one's never going away. Ever. I've had
Well, on that
so many
note, I
people.
know we already somewhat took a break, but we're going to take our second official break. And when we come back, Arliss, if you're still on here, brother, we'd like for you to pop in here
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
and come and meet these guys. You're going to love them. But yeah, of course, we're going to play a Delta Circle song, Weird. And I'm going to pick this one. I would like to hear Back and Better, Please, Ma'am. This song hits hard. Guys, we'll be right back.
So fun.
I want this song.
You made your bed, now you might as well lay down. Your reputation, it speaks for itself in this town. I needed space and you needed time to figure out that you were wrong. No thanks to you, I'm back and better. Getting back and better. Well, they say you can't keep a good man down. I'm here to tell you I'm taking back over this whole town. You only wanted to drag my name through the dirt. No thanks to you, I'm back and better. Getting back and better.
All right, so welcome back, guys. I'm going to tell you right now. Originally, my favorite song was "Here's to a Small Town," and when I found that one, dude, guys, that one hits hard. I really enjoy that one.
That one's fun, man. That one's fun.
I'm-
That was a lot of fun to record. That one was really fun.
When it comes to like country music, I'm more that outlaw country, that southern rock, that I got to hear that hardness to it, So that one right there, my hat goes off to you guys on that one.
Thank you.
Joe,
Ernest,
the
your music-
musical talent is insane.
That was awesome.
All around. That is just like kick ass. You guys got 2 lead guitars, you have 1 bass, and you have a set of drums, and you guys make it sound amazing.
I
Hell
think
yeah, I appreciate that.
that one was fun.
Yeah,
That
no, but the way you guys did it, man, you guys absolutely kill it.
Thank you. That was a
On
fun one
that
to
note,
record because we kind of just got to have the amps just wide open and just have fun.
I do
That was
ask for a
fun.
remastering of that particular one and make it just a little bit longer. Like 1 more minute would be awesome. Just a little bit longer. We use that song, like we use the songs to go on break, and we keep forgetting that one. That one like ends.
It's really short.
It's just 2.5 minutes, man. Just comes out, punch you in the mouth, and leave. Like,
On that
Yep.
one.
On that
Arrive,
note,
raise hell,
On
and
that
leave.
note, yes, ma'am.
I'm going to interject here real quick, and I will introduce to the stage my favorites, Mr. Arliss Walker of the Southern Outlaws Band.
Hey,
Arliss, what's
There
going
he
on,
is.
brother man?
Mr.
How's it
Arliss.
going, guys?
What's up,
Oh.
buddy? How are you?
Oh, not too bad. How you guys doing?
Doing good, brother. Doing good.
No, you guys got an awesome sound.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, he come rolling. What you talking on? What is that?
That's a pretty mic.
Yeah, that's
You got a pretty mic.
You got a pretty You got a pretty mic.
you guys are giving me flashbacks back to West Virginia now already.
You don't
Yeah.
hear banjos yet, brother. I promise you. You didn't make a wrong turn.
So I mean, you guys, like both your bands, you guys kind of predicate yourselves on this southern rock. You know, it's country, but like way more aggressive and way more hometown, and that's what I like about like both sounds between Delta Circle and the Southern Outlaw Band. Like, is this what you guys are gonna keep doing? Like, is this it?
Man, you know,
I'd
it
like
really is, man. We spent some time last Sunday. We rented some studio space in Suntone recording studios in Savannah, and was working on a bunch of things. And I really think the songs that you're hearing, as far as like Back and Better and stuff like that, I think that's really the direction that we're really feel comfortable with and that we're wanting to run with. And that's kind of what of all our writing now with the four of us. Now that the four of us are together and writing, it's really starting to carry it that direction, and we feel at home with it, man. You know, I mean, we feel like we're putting our true selves out there, and you know, and if people are buying it and they're loving it, you know, that's great. And you know, like I said before, we can only go as far as everybody's going to take us, but at the same time, man, you know, we got to enjoy what we're doing, and we're able to write this and have a good time with it, and we're putting ourselves out there running with it. And I think we found our niche, man. I think this next album we're going to be putting out is really going to show, you know, who Delta Circle is.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you hear more southern rock now than you do country. I think that's kind of becoming more mainstream. I'm not gonna say mainstream. It's kind of like more what people want to hear. You know,
Yeah.
especially when it's more patriotic. You know, but both you guys, you know, more hometown, more homegrown. I think that's what people are more interested in hearing now. You know, we've heard a lot of like a little bit of everything else. Now we're talking about things that are like closer to home, closer to the heart. You know, things people can relate to, and I think that's where everyone here is having great success.
Well, and I think with any of the guys sitting in this room, you know, Arliss seems like he's kind of close to my age. You got Nick and Kyle, you know, but they've all got the same musical backgrounds. I mean, they're still Allman Brothers sitting there. There's still a ZZ Top sitting there. There's still a Leonard Skinner still sitting there. And I think things, you know, everybody gets commercialized, man. They're going to go where the money's at. You know, they get told to play a certain style of music, so you get your Jelly Rolls, your Morgan Wallens and stuff like that to get the airplay and do things. But there's still that base. There's still those roots that we came from, and I think now, you know, bands like us and are starting to find that we can put that out there and people will listen, you know, because I mean, that's where we all come from, man. And I do think there'll be a resurgence. I think now with Riley Green and Zach Top, you know, the old school traditional country is getting ready to really break loose and kind of get away from a lot of the bro country that we've been listening to for the last 15 or 20 years. I think that's going to be a good transition, and I think people are going to be open for accepting something else. And I think the southern rock style of music is going to really take another shot at it, man. And I think it's going to go a long way.
Well, I've noticed something too, and it's not just like in the country world. Like I'm seeing it in the rock world. I'm seeing it in the hip hop world, or well, not hip hop, but rap. Like a lot of the people I worked with were more into the underground, the independent. I think there's, you know, and when I'm out DJing, there's a lot of times I'll get requests for bands I've never even heard of, and that's when I find out that, you know, they're not exactly the mainstream type. I think more people, like this gentleman said, are more into the, you know, the traditional, the old school, the, you know, the non-mainstream is a good way to go with it. So I don't know. I always refer to, and I made the mistake of even calling Arliss here and the Southern Outlaws outlaw country. So, I mean, is there really a difference between that particular term and Southern rock, in your opinion? And Arliss,
Nowadays, no.
you again.
Yeah, there's really not.
Yeah, I think what Arla said. I mean, like, yeah, there used to be, there was a pretty much definitive difference on that, but not now. I mean, I think Southern rock has easily become into that genre as being that outlaw country because it's not mainstream. I mean, you think about bands like Blacktop Mojo and Blackberry Smoke and all these guys who's out here. I mean, they're killing it every night. Selling out venues and doing stuff. But
you ain't gonna hear this stuff on the radio.
Yeah, you're not going to hear them on the radio. You know what I mean? Like every third song is Jelly Roll singing with somebody else, or Morgan Wallen, or John Purdy, but you're not going to hear any of that whatsoever. You're going to have to dig deep and actually be a fan to go find them on Spotify or whatever streaming service you got. And that goes back to the older days of the outlaw country. Hell, Travis Tritt was considered outlaw country once upon a time. He wouldn't be played on commercial radio and stuff like that. And to be able to find those type of guys, I always think there's a market for it. It's just finding them.
Yeah, I mean, now with everything we got out there now, like with Spotify, podcasts, and things like that, I don't listen to the radio anymore because I'll turn on the radio. Chances are I'm going to hear that same song in an hour drive from point A to point B. So then I love having XM radio. I love having my apps, my Apple or whatever. And I go through and I hear these channels and I hear something I've never heard before, and it gives me the chance to, have something that's my own. But have you ever heard this? It's a good conversation piece, because there are tons of artists like you guys out there doing great fucking music. And, you don't have to be playing in front of a stadium to make great music.
Right.
You know what I mean? Great music comes on its own, and it just takes, your ears at the right time, listen to the right shit. And hey, good music is good music at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Whether it's,
I like this comment right here. I actually
me too.
Music. Huh.
I was reading this one a minute ago, and I really agree with this comment. And every time this kind of debate and conversation comes up, I think back to when Steven Tyler was at the CMA Awards. Okay, in and of itself, wow, what a connection. But then, he was saying this whole thing of like, everybody says rock and roll is dead. He's like, it's not. Just like how people say country's dead. It's not. And it was at that turning point where country was kind of starting to get more into the heavier stuff. Like, your Luke Combses were coming out and stuff like that. It was starting to get a little heavier. And he was like, country's basically becoming the new rock and roll. Like it's not one of those genres where like you say it and you really have to be one of the people that likes it. And I think country is unfortunately still in a place where people say, oh, I don't like country music, when country music has become such a blanket statement, kind of like we were talking a couple weeks ago, Ernest, how Americana is not a genre of music. Like, and it's with that, I think it's become just a term that people say but don't think about. They hear country music and they might, I don't know what they think. They might think the classic country. They might think Luke Bryan. They might think, I don't know. But if you look at all the people that are technically classed under country music, there's people like us. There's people like Luke Bryan. There's people like Merle Haggard and stuff like that, but it's all classed under country music. But it's no one definitive thing, and it's becoming, like you said, it's becoming more like that kind of outlaw type stuff is what people are looking for, is the stuff that's still under that blanket, but it's not everything else that's being commercialized under that.
Well, I've got one, but then we're going to jump on to a question that's going to be right up Kyle's alley. I like the thing about country music for me is it's very versatile, and I mean not only just in a lot of like your heavy metal bands, a lot of people go back to who did you start listening to, and then you get your Lynyrd Skynyrd. You get your ZZ Top, you get your, so, I mean, there's so many different, and I say it's versatile because you see so many different crossovers. You see Lil Durk with Morgan Wallen. Okay, well, Morgan Wallen does it with everybody, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I said that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I mean, you've seen country. It goes with rock. It goes with metal. It goes with rap. I mean, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, country music, southern rock. I mean, Elvis could be considered southern rock out of Memphis. A lot of his stuff, and he's known as the king of rock and roll. But when you really break it down, he was southern rock, really, at the early days. A lot of people, you know, you hear ZZ Top more so on your classic rock, but those guys were Texas. A lot of their stuff was southern rock. So at the end of the day, I mean, country music, like, I mean, you can always find the root of most music going back to country music at the end of the day.
Well, absolutely. Just to build off Nick real quick and answer and Robert, as far as, you know, the rock and roll and country music correlation, I think it goes back to what you guys just brought up a minute ago. You know, like, the reason rock and roll used to go over the way it did is because even as good as traditional country was and classic country was, it was still your beer, your dog, I lost my wife, you know, it was still stories, you know, and they wrote a lot of good stuff. And I'm not taking away from that. But rock and roll was an introduction that connected with people that was growing up. It was telling stories. It was people who was coming from divorced families, going through hard times, you know, and stuff like that. And I think that connectivity has been lost in a lot of today's music. And music like we're doing, like Southern Outlaws is doing, and like, you know, the bands I mentioned earlier, like Blacktop Mojo, Blackberry Smoke, we're getting back to the storytelling. We're getting back to relating to stuff that other people go through. You know, not everybody growing up. I mean, we got songs about, you know, being in small towns and stuff like that too, but we've also got songs about, you know, other things that have happened in our life that people can relate to, you know, spending their nights, you know, going out to concerts because they just went through a bad relationship, or, you know, and things like that. And I think that's where this side of country music can help revitalize rock and roll, because there are guys now who are coming out writing songs that relate to people beyond just what the, you know, the stereotypical country song is.
100%.
All right, so for you guys, so to write those kind of songs, do you guys have to go through those experiences yourself? Come up with those lyrics, and then, like, do you guys just pull thoughts, or be like, hey guys, had a bad day, let's write a song?
I know it's different for everybody, you know, but I'll use our song "All I Knew" as an example. That song, I wrote that about a divorce, my divorce that I went through. That song was written very personally, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, at the bare bones basics, sometimes. Like, here's to a small town. I didn't really grow up in a small town. Yeah, I'm from Vermont, and there's, you know, we have the one city, and it's not even really a city. But
Small,
like, at the same
small state. Grew up in a small state.
I did. But I
And then we
really
have
did.
Delaware, and he's like, "Oh, I got you."
Yeah, it doesn't have the same ring to it though.
Right,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's just like, so I, you know, growing up listening to country music, like, I always, you know, heard everybody talking about, you know, growing up in a small town in the South, you know, guys like Jason Aldean and Brantley Gilbert and all them cats. So I never actually really got that, but at the same time, it's one of those topics, and it's one of those things where it's like, you can find a way to relate to it. Cause like we were doing another podcast one time, and they were playing, cause we had just dropped Here's to a Small Town, and someone in the chat was talking about, they grew up in a city. I think it was New York City. They grew up downtown New York City their whole life. They were a big city person. They've never lived in a small town, but that song, they were like, this song makes me feel like I grew up in a small town. And it's stuff like that. Like, you can, it depends, you know, it is a lot of what I have actually gone through, or what you've actually gone through. But some of it is just, you know, you might hear something that sparks an idea. You know, sometimes it happens with me. I'll be driving down the road or at work, and I'll be listening to a song, and it just kind of sparks an idea in my mind, and I just kind of elaborate on the idea, and then it just turns into, like we've been talking about, getting back into storytelling. I like to tell stories.
So on that note, we do have a question that I said was, Kyle, you're gonna have to answer this.
Ooh. Yes.
Ginger Baker's all right.
Oh,
Apparently,
He's
not.
Whoa, Shane, hold on.
Might be my uncle.
Whoa, now.
Right now as we speak.
All right, I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna work, Kyle.
And with that, a message from our sponsor. No,
Yeah. We're going to take it outside, boss.
He did, he my understanding, I'm not a huge Ginger Baker fan. I don't know a ton about him, but my understanding of him is he was a jazz drummer that found his way into a rock and roll, a rock gig, and they usually turn out to be for the better because they're more technical. I mean, like Ginger Baker and Mitch Mitchell and Neil Peart were all extremely technical drummers. I guess he's up there. I don't know. I wasn't a huge not a huge fan, but yeah. I don't know, man. I know like two cream
It's a
songs.
valid response. It's a valid response.
I mean,
I know like two Cream songs. I know he was the drummer in Cream. That's about what I know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, we got one here real quick. Real quick shout out to our girl. Hola,
Juliana!
Good to see you. Let's catch up on some of these. I like this one. Here we go. A lot of country music.
I don't want to post that one. So I'm not posting.
Jan May
They
says
can
rock
read
and
it.
roll stories often revolve around rebellion and the raw emotions of youth, while country music stories tend to focus on the simple, relatable struggles and triumphs of everyday life, particularly in small town settings.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part. But again, going back to our talking point earlier, I think that country music, as far as the like kind of the stuff that we do, is starting to get back to more of like a similar storytelling. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but like and I could be reading the question wrong, but like, your typical country stories are like what Ernest said, like, oh, I lost my dog, a truck broke down, a girl left me, and I ran out of beer. It's the worst day of my life, but I feel like we're kind of getting back to the raw emotion of just life sucks. life sucks. Now, I don't know what country music you're listening to, but I disagree, good sir. I disagree wholeheartedly.
For me right now, like country music isn't country music anymore. It's just kind
It's
of like
not.
a mainstream, Jelly Roll. To me, that's not country. Hank Williams, that's country. Even Kenny Chesney, that's country. You give me Jelly Roll, give me Morgan Wallen. This is more mainstream. This is collaboration. This is entertainment. This is selling out stadiums. That's all it is.
So
Now, good music right now for me, it's listening to folks like you guys. It's going to a bar and hearing somebody I never heard before. I mean, we've heard everything already that's on the radio. We just heard different variations of it. Now, when I get on a podcast, I get on to Spotify, my XM radio, like these random channels. That's where I start gaining interest in music again. Or if not, I'm going to listen to oldies. I'm going to listen to old shit. Especially the older I get. This new stuff, I guess Morgan Wallen was out for a year. I was like, who? Jelly Roll was out for like a year. I'm like, who the fuck's Jelly Roll? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't care because I like what I like. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you a question then?
Yeah.
What about Brantley Gilbert, who I feel like kind of revitalized the whole, he brought out the rock, he added that rock that, he took, if you ever watch like his videos and you see his band, like they're Mohawks, they're tatted up, but they're still kicking it hard, but they're sticking to country. So what's your thoughts on that one then?
And he was good. Like at the last country concert I went to with Jason Aldean. Ever since then, I've absolutely lost interest in going to a country concert. I don't like going down to our venue anymore. Like, it's not interesting because you don't know if some rapper is going to get up there in the middle of the concert. You know what I mean? To me, this is no longer country. You know what I mean? It's merely entertainment, man. I'm there for I want to hear the talent. I want to hear the lyrics. You know, I want to see a good band. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see what everybody else sees. You know, if 1 million people like it, you know what I mean? That's not unique to me.
Arliss, what's your thought on this whole thing, brother?
Well, one thing I'll have to, build on what they're saying is country music is actually evolving, and it usually does. It hasn't seen an evolution of this magnitude right now since the Kentucky Headhunters, came in, because they were ahead of their time.
Yeah.
They were basically doing back in the 80s and 90s what we're doing now. So I think, when they inducted us into the Academy of Country Music, I think that was a big sign that it's coming back to that. And we're getting a lot of radio play because of it. So not only are we getting played on, rock stations, but we're getting played on country stations as well. Anywhere from iHeartRadio to Sirius XM, to a lot of these small ones. The Beaver down in Kentucky is one of the biggest ones in Louisville, Kentucky. And they play us, constantly. So, country music definitely is making a turning point to where it's evolving back to that, rockabilly style is what you would, they considered it back in the early 90s. So it's kind of that kind of opens the door for what, Delta Circle's doing, what the Southern Outlaws are doing. And, it's just an evolution that country music always does.
I kind of like this little comment right here, and this is a good one for all of us right here, especially the people on our stage. Bobby brought something up, and I've got a comment on it, and I'd like to hear your guys' opinion. At least we have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that inducts Wham for some reason. With the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Wham put its mark in music in its own way. Like, I mean, they started off when that 80s new wave came out. The teeny boppers came out, more geared towards the high school, the teenage, so on and so forth. So, I mean, in my opinion, they did leave their mark. George Michael, went on to his own solo thing, but in their own genre, they left a mark. So I kind of feel like, at the end of the day, they kind of deserve to be in there. What you guys think?
I mean, I think it validates, man, that I think eventually genres aren't going to mean anything to music. And I think we're getting really close to that as far as being able to decipher between who plays what and what's going on. I've always kind of, as far as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame goes, I mean, Dolly Parton had to make a rock and roll album to go ahead and accept her nomination and go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So I think they're real open on how they bring people in. I really think it should be kind of justified as like, if you made a marquee moment in music and you were influential to, generations of musicians and other artists and stuff like that, then you should be able to go into the Hall of Fame, of course, be recognized for what you've done. But I think they should really kind of get away from the rock and roll side of it. When you really look back to a lot of people who's been inducted into it and how they bring folks into it, it doesn't match the genre. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of those bands, you go screaming Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like, Molly Hatchet beat Metallica into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, there's a weird thing they use there as far as bringing folks in. And when you hear bands like Wham that make it in, it's like, Wham was absolutely influential. And they put out, George Michael, who was one of the biggest names ever come out through, the 80s and 90s doing music. They definitely laid their mark on the industry, but was it rock and roll? Should they be in there before, with AC/DC and, some of these other guys sitting inside the Hall of Fame? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, so I do have to ask this question then. What kind of defines rock and roll? Because you got Michael Jackson that did the song Dirty Diana. very hard. You know, it's got a good guitar riff to it. Beat It had Eddie Van Halen on
I was
it.
just about to say Beat It. Yeah.
You know, there's these people that, I mean, they have been. George Michael actually sang with Queen
Mm-hmm.
at one point. It was a short show, but I mean, you know, he did. You know, and I felt like he kind of filled, you know, Freddie Mercury's shoes with the way the singing style. Both had that power ballad behind them that could really belt it out. And I'm going to call it right now. Adam Lambert sucks. So
Thank you. He was great
Adam
with his
Lambert
own
Queen
stuff.
It's just not my Adam Lambert. Stick to your own thing, dude.
They need to hire Mark Martell. Damn it.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, we could have done better. We could have done
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
So at the end of the day, what I mean, when it comes to like rock and roll, what really defines it? Because I mean, anybody can put a strong, solid guitar riff behind something, or a strong, solid drum beat. You know, something, you know, that's rock and roll esque. And at the end of the day, I mean,
Well, to me, like good rock and roll, original rock and roll, like that's almost obsolete right now. Like we don't have it. But now you guys are able to bring it back with that country twist. So, you know, I mean, this is how rock and roll is coming back. Bobby posted the same thing up there in the comments, and I agree with you. You know, this is how you bring rock and roll back. This is how you bring originality back, because, you know, you're making it different. We haven't been able to make it different. We've been able to make rap and hip hop different. But you know what? Some people, you know, like myself, that's not my cup of tea. I like my rock and roll. I like my country. So now we're finding a way to bring them both back. You know what I mean? And if you take rock and roll and country, let them have a baby, and here we go. We have good music again.
That's it.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, it's bands like Dirty Honey, like who are absolutely bringing back like the Led Zeppelin-esque type of rock and roll, and like nobody talks about them. The only reason that these guys were just on the Today Show is because they happened to have a song that for some reason made it into the Minecraft movie. Other than that, like people aren't talking about bands like this, but they are at their roots like a Southern rock. I mean, they are as classic rock and roll as they get, but they're, you know, they've been doing it for just a handful of years, and they're incredible. They're incredible.
It's to me, it's like if my music, like if I was one, you know, in either of y'all's bands, and my music like could make like a soundtrack, like it'd be appetizing to go ahead and want it on there. But at some point, like I don't want to become mainstream.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I don't want that. You know, I don't want to be Taylor Swift. You know, I want to be good.
yeah, but at some point, everybody wants to be that mainstream. You want to be on that stage. You want to get out there. And this is not a stab at independent music, in my opinion. You know, at some point, everybody, you don't get into music, you don't get into business, let's just go that way, to be mediocre. You know, you don't want to, you know, set a plateau for yourself.
Right.
You want to constantly get out there. So at some point, I think everybody wants to hit that highest level. And unfortunately, I mean, in the context of this conversation, mainstream is that pinnacle. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you can't just say, no, I don't want to be mainstream. I don't want to do this, because in my opinion, I feel like, you know, now you've just set, you know, you set a bar really low and you just want to stick to it.
Well, again, that then brings up the bands that Ernest was talking about earlier, like Blackberry Smoke, Blacktop Mojo. You can scan a dozen country radio stations or rock and roll radio stations, and I can almost guarantee you probably won't hear maybe one of their songs every now and then. But I mean, these guys, I mean, they're set for life to send their kids to college, you know, but they're not mainstream. They're not getting the airtime. It's kind of like I really think that right now a lot of the bands that really are just doing the best as far as music and business wise are some of music's best kept secrets. like people like those two or Dirty Honey, and it's even in the pop world. There's even bands like there's a band that I listen to called Nightly. They're a bunch of young kids, and they just make electronic pop music, but I mean they are selling out every venue they play. But if I were to bring that up in a conversation, be like, hey, have you heard this band? People would be like, I have no idea who that is, because they're not mainstream. So I think it's two totally different worlds. You can have your mainstream people who are going to make millions, like your Morgan Wallens and your Jelly Rolls. But I mean, I think that there's an even bigger untapped market that is not mainstream, of people who have been doing it longer and who are doing it far better.
Well, and it's like Steve was talking earlier. He likes to go out and hear bands that nobody else has heard and stuff like that. But
Agreed.
if you do your research, just about everybody's name that you can bring up, they've made it off a cover song. Somebody heard them play somebody else's song, and that was somebody else's original song. And I can tell you right now, in this industry, and I'm sure Arliss can agree, playing originals is one of the hardest things that you can do out here. We play 3 or 4 hours, 2 or 3 nights a week, playing other people's songs, and we fit our songs in there, 1 or 2 times, per set and stuff like that to push it and everything. And until our songs actually started getting airplay, and we had our album out and stuff like that, people didn't care about our original songs. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of, you'd play it and they're like, oh, okay, yay.
Yeah, cool.
And then, then you play Skinner and they're like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like they're all behind you.
Free bird.
Absolutely, man. Like throw 100 in the can, that's all. You know what I mean? But that's where we're at in the industry and mainstream. To know that you're a household name, to know that people are paying $350 a ticket to come fill a stadium to see you, of course. But to just get to the level where you're doing this professionally, where you're making a living at it, there's so many bands that's out here that's doing that on the nightly that you'll never hear on the radio. And there's few guys that you compare it to, and the only guy that's done it lately is Cody Jinks. I mean, Cody Jinks has done it without anybody. He has done it on his own, no labels, no producers. I mean, this guy has. If there's anybody we could learn from, that's the guy you need to start doing research into and find out how he done it, because he has wrote the book on how to take yourself from an independent artist to a worldwide known name. And it's hard, man. It's a hard road to run, writing your own songs, putting them out there, getting no reactions to them, but still playing them, every night, and and just pushing and mixing and playing everybody else's stuff and hoping somebody hears you do a cover so good, like, oh, maybe I want to hear something they wrote now, and they'll actually go and research it and find it online and listen to it.
Right. Bobby, I'm gonna comment on Bobby's little his comment there. When I'm out DJing, believe it or not, I do get requests for some of the newer stuff, like that Shabuzi, the Tipsy song. I just heard a song the other night, a rock version of that, which in my opinion, blows it out of the water. But I actually get more requests, and this is from the younger crowds even, for like the older stuff. I still get requests for Alabama's, mountain music. I still request for family tradition. I still get requests for let's go Whitney Houston. I want to dance. You
get them from the younger crowd too.
And this is from the younger crowd.
You've
been there. You've been there when this has happened. Like I go into this wormhole all of a sudden. Footloose, Kenny Loggins.
Yeah.
Kenny.
I think even the younger generation today is still, kind of realizing this auto-tune. I'm going to say it. This AI, all this stuff that's been going out now, they still want to hear the original, the true blue type of music, and it makes them dance. It makes them, it still makes them feel it stood the test of time. It still holds water today.
Yeah.
Well, and I think also, like, every song you named just then has a hook. Every one of those, you can't tell me what the verse is, but I bet you as soon as that chorus hits, you can sing every word.
One of them.
And one of the other things, and I've actually had some people around my age say, is they're like, everything that's mainstream now sounds the same.
Exactly
Everything
the
sounds
same.
like when you brought up the Shabuzi thing. Did anybody else watch his Super Bowl performance or whatever it was? He played like 10 songs. I couldn't tell you when each one stopped and started because they were the same damn thing.
Travis
for like
Scott
20
is an absolute
minutes.
joke when it comes to like music.
Dude,
I'm
like
sorry.
and I don't like I'll be out at a job site and I'll be hearing what's on the radio, like just on Pandora. And I'm like, if I knew it was this easy to get a record deal, holy shit, I would have been famous 10 years ago. Like,
That's what it is. That
dude,
particular song, people don't realize it was a hip hop song from the early 2000s.
I just don't understand why it's a thing now for everything to sound the same.
Kyle, what's your thought on this, brother? I can see you up there kind of stewing like. I
Going on
guarantee
this, oh boy, we'll be
he's
here
like
all
he's,
night.
back, he's waiting for this moment. Like,
Yeah, we'll be here all
dude,
night.
hit it. Let us know.
He's still like House of fucking Blues.
They can't even fix
Kiss
today's
sucks.
music.
Kiss is garbage.
I mean, I don't know. It's weird because it seems like, you know, if you want to make money at this, the easiest way is to play somebody else's songs.
Mhm.
But you know, we get some good reaction to the original. I think we put too much thought into it. I think we need to just write stupid shit. Money.
I'm telling you, apparently that's what we need to do. I'm gonna go write a song about my car tomorrow.
You probably should. Past that, man, I don't know. I'm
Cat that keeps getting on my porch. Sorry, Kyle. I mean, no, we're running with what you're saying, dude. It's just, it's. I like it.
It's just I don't get it.
I don't know, man. I'm at the point now where it's just like
one more. Honestly, guys, we don't have the biggest amount of followers, but I'm telling you, the people we do have in the music we played, you know, and Bobby's one of the biggest ones right now. I'll tell you right now. I repeated myself. Wow. It might
Like,
be
also
starting to kick
too.
in. I will tell you guys, Bobby is one of our biggest. It turns out, you know, I thought he was more of a sports guy. I'm thinking he's more of a music guy at this point.
He's an 80s baby.
And I'm going to
Yeah,
tell you right
music.
now, like, I mean, Arliss, when I've played your stuff, we've got people, you know, quit playing the same stuff. We want to hear more. You guys, same thing. Quit playing the same stuff. We want to hear more. So I think it is to the point where people are sick of hearing remakes, reboot. It's like movies. I go back to that because that's, I'm a movie geek, guys. If you haven't noticed, I love movies, especially 80s and 90s. Doesn't get any better from there. But
Truth.
at the end of the day, people are tired of the reboots. They're tired of the covers, the redos. You know, they want to hear the original stuff. And honestly, I mean, I've got people on the stage right now, you know, on the show that, you know, are very much proof of that. And I've played, you know, good case in point. Just last Friday, I was at a place called Oil Boom in Petrolia. I was DJing, and you know, I was kind of at a standstill with my stuff, so I started kind of kicking in Southern Outlaw stuff, some Delta Circle stuff, some other stuff that really kind of, and man, they were digging it. They were really starting to get into it.
Nice.
So I think people, I mean, they're ready for, you know, they want to hear the original. They want to hear the new. They're tired of the reboots.
Yeah.
That's my thought on the whole thing. Arliss, what are you thinking, brother?
Well, biggest thing is, you know, my advice for these guys, keep pushing your original stuff, because we're at the point now to where 2/3 of what we do at a show is all of ours. We own everything. And I think one of the greatest compliments, and these guys have been to a couple shows, is when you can wind up seeing people in the audience singing right along with you to your originals. So yeah, never keep pushing it. I mean, push the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We're working on it, brother.
We're getting there.
Well,
Yep.
here's the one thing. Bobby says when we live in a world where Cardi B has a hit
Okay.
with WAP.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you go to the previous message, this goes to show where we're at today. Pee Wee Herman, how many of you guys knew the song Tequila before Pee Wee Herman did it in that movie and danced
No.
to it?
I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Yeah.
I
Why
so,
am I not
I'm sorry, but you know, I'm a big Cheech and Chong fan, and that, you know, that was in a lot of their movies.
yeah.
So yeah, I listened to it way before Pee Wee Herman ever came along.
Well,
We just knew how to dance afterwards.
right. But going off of Bobby's comment though, like I was hesitant and I wanted to bring it up earlier with WAP. I was like, if that's all it takes to get a damn record deal these days, by God, we are doing it wrong. 'Cause I
man.
can't. I just. But in another point
I
that I
play it,
wanted,
but I don't like to play it. I'll tell you
Yeah.
right now.
I wanted to touch on one other thing that we were talking about a second ago, just real quick. I agree with you because I think a lot of people are starting to get to a point where they want the new stuff because everything, like I said earlier, everything has sounded the same for so long. And it's like with Morgan Wallen, he put out his last album was what? 38 songs or something absolutely
2 albums.
stupid. Why would you do that? First off, two, every single song was the freaking same. It was the freaking same thing for 2.5 hours. I'm
I
like,
can't even do it. I fall asleep like halfway through.
I haven't even heard the whole album, and it's been what 4 years since it came out. But it's like, I think we're just at a point now where everything is just kind of gotten stale. It's run its course, and like Arliss said earlier, it's evolving. This industry as a whole is evolving. Country music itself is evolving, and I think we're at a point now where people are excited about it, and they're excited to see what it's going to bring. They may not see it that way, they may not know it, but like it shows even at our shows. Like we'll do one of our originals, whether it's Back and Better, and then we'll go into Like I Love You or All I Knew, which is like total slow down, like power ballad type stuff. And people are like, dude, I would not have thought that you guys had both of that on one record. That's awesome. And they love it. So I think it's just, we're at a point now where people are excited to hear what's coming from country music.
I could not.
Well, it doesn't help when mainstream radio gets a hold of a song and then they beat it to death.
Oh
Yes.
God, they
Oh,
play it
yeah, definitely
12 times an hour.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
And then you've also got guys like Jelly Roll. I mean, God bless him. He's doing the damn thing. But like, you know, when every other song is featuring Jelly Roll. I mean, for God's
Okay, well,
sake,
I can't
he
say
did
nothing.
He did a song with
Can I
Falling in
chip on
Reverse
that,
for
though?
crying out loud.
Can I chip on that though? There are certain artists out there that have gotten a name because of their backstory. First off, you've got a large gentleman, and he's made it well known he was a drug dealer, he's in trouble, so on and so forth. Do you think maybe that kind of helps? That the fact that they push their backstory.
Oh, sure.
People kind of maybe feel a little sorry for him.
Oh,
It's like,
sure.
oh, dude, that's a bond up,
Well,
Absolutely.
nobody connects with the guy that came from, a rich family and always had it made and had an easy life. And you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
They don't care about you.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, well, you're only in music because you got money, Taylor Swift. But, I mean,
You might as well be too, yo.
Woo!
Hey, now.
We're not
shots
saying
fired.
Miley Cyrus's name on here by no means.
Oh.
And Bill, I have to say a PSA. Jelly Roll, love you, and because
I knew something like it was going to come.
Yeah, because we have a lot of surprises coming up. So, yeah.
I don't
like I
like
said,
Jelly
though.
Roll. And it, more so, I feel like, I literally had a point on that one. Like, I mean,
I like
think,
Jelly Roll, but I want to meet the person that writes his songs. That's who I
Oh,
wanna
wow.
meet.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Okay.
There you go.
That's what I want to hear, the person who writes the lyrics.
So-
You know,
That's who I
and
love.
again, like I was
like
saying,
lyrics.
I'm not digging on him because, like I said, he's doing the damn thing. I'm beyond impressed and proud of what he done in country music. I mean, Borderline became an overnight sensation, and he's doing all of this because of all that, which is great. I was just getting at a point of like it's all you hear. So like on the radio. So I think people are just kind of wanting something more. Like you're like
well,
you were
that
saying
goes
earlier.
back to it goes back to the radio stations. They get a
100%.
hold of something and they beat it to death.
They beat it to death and then some.
And that's why people get tired of it.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, that's always been the problem with a lot of radio. It doesn't go back to the old days. You don't have as many of those outlaw DJs and stuff that used to lock themselves in because the radio stations didn't want to play any rock and roll, and they said, screw you, and we're going to play it. And the guy went nuts in the studio and was playing, all kinds of the big 50s rock and roll that never was done. You just don't have those DJs anymore.
Right.
They don't want to break out of the norm. And that's why it's been kind of stagnant,
Yeah.
There's been a lot of small market radio stations that are actually doing that. They're breaking that mold because they're actually listening to the listeners. They want that change. They want, that variety and not the same thing over and over again.
I agree.
On a side note, Jason, appreciate you coming on here tonight, brother. I know you're going to get up early in the morning. Awesome having you on here every time, brother. I love you.
Yeah.
So on that note, gentlemen, let's go ahead and take our next break, and then after that, let's see where.
Hey, I gotta jump off here, fellas.
I was gonna say I'm getting to a point where I'm probably gonna have to call it quits too.
So let's go ahead and tell you what. Can you let's go ahead and do our last break, and then we will do what we call our final shot.
All right, I'm here for it.
Does that work for you guys?
Let's do it.
I gotta hop off here.
Appreciate it.
fellas.
I thank you for covering for us for a little while, and we did go into a little bit of overtime tonight. But let's do one more song, and
All right.
we'll do our last shots of the night.
Here for it.
Nice to meet you, Kyle.
All right,
All
y'all.
My
have-
last
See you
shot
later,
is
buddy.
Kyle. Have a good night and God bless.
Oh, he's like out.
Gone.
Oh, he did. It was me. I probably offended him. I'm sorry.
Thank you guys. Good night.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, great dude, man. Hey,
Dude, I mean, we've had a blast with you guys tonight.
Hey, you guys have
Much
been great. Man.
appreciated.
This has
I
been
hate
fun.
that stuff had to go down like it did, but hey, sometimes that happens during a live. I appreciate you guys sticking
Exactly.
around. Let's do one more shot, or what? Yeah, one more shot.
Song?
Let's do one more song, and then we're gonna do our final shots of the night.
All
Sounds
right.
good, man.
Sounds like a plan.
Miss Kitty Cat, can we do, in tradition of the bar, can we do holding a beer, please, ma'am?
Oh,
I like it. Deep cut. Deep cut.
I lost myself today. Never to be found. Remnants of my yesterdays, fighting to be heard. I lost myself today. Echoes of what we both said. Instead I'm watching the sunset on the end of his pier, knowing that he's holding you tonight while I'm holding a beer. Memories of what used to be, crowding my thoughts, killing my dreams. Letters from a past life stop me on a dime, with memories of what used to be. Leaving Georgia in a pine box would have been easier. Instead I'm watching the sunset on the end of this pier, knowing that he's holding you tonight while I'm holding a beer. Leaving Georgia in a pine box would have been easier. Instead I'm watching the sunset on the end of this pier, knowing that he's holding you tonight while I'm holding a beer.
Awesome
Guys,
job.
Such a fun.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
how appropriate for a bar show was that song for the end of the night?
That might be the next one we have to put out, man.
I'm here for it. Let's do it. Come on, baby.
The famous saying is "Hold my beer." So I want to do a quick shout out. I want to thank everybody for coming on here. Honestly, I mean, we had a little bit of a hiccup tonight. I do apologize for that, and I want to thank Delta Circle for dude. You took over, you ran with it, you answered all the questions. It became a Q&A. Thank you. Doesn't happen often, but there were some things that were just out of our control tonight, unfortunately.
Hey, that's the beauty of doing
Welcome
something
to
live.
life.
But
Expect the unexpected.
Absolutely.
that being said, I hate that Kyle's gone. Hopefully nobody offended him.
It's probably me. Yeah.
It was past his bedtime.
Yeah, it is. That's a good time.
Dude, we've had a blast. I mean, I tell you what, you couldn't have asked for a better night, honestly. I mean, that's what we strive for on the show, just like everybody sitting down, enjoying a drink. We got to know you guys very well. Arliss, dude, I'm glad you got to meet these guys. Same with Delta Circle. Got
Cheers,
to meet
Arliss.
these guys.
It's a pleasure to you guys.
Who knows? Maybe one of these nights we can have a super night.
I'm not
Southern Outlaws and Delta Circle in the same area, that can get dangerous.
Do it. Oh, I don't know. That's- They're on the
Vegas,
side of
Mark, Harris,
Carson.
whiskey, beer. Oh man, all in one night. But I appreciate you guys sticking it out. I mean, we did go into a little bit of overtime tonight, so this is the part of the night where we affectionately, and Ernest, I think I told you about this one.
You did.
We call this the last shot. So the one thing we do on this show, whether we're not getting along, it doesn't matter. We always end this show on a positive note. So whether it be a plug for for your shows coming up or whatever, the last shot, we ask everybody to kind of just
a little something to sleep on.
a little something to remember you by.
Okay.
So Nick, I do apologize, brother, because I mean Ernest is probably already ready.
No. If he's ready,
Nick.
do him first. I want an example. I'm kidding.
Ernest, so Steve,
Whoa, you sit down, boy.
I'm not ready.
Ernest,
Sit down. Anyway, all right.
I
hit me.
I told Ernest ahead of time. I'm like, especially after he gets some drink.
That's rude.
the stuff that Steve puts out is almost poetic. It's great. We do a thing where we play a little background music, and it's so much fun. But
Oh, no.
I'll tell you what, starting off the night, Ernest, go ahead and give us our last shot, brother.
Well, first of all, man, Arliss, pleasure, brother. Glad we got to catch up, man. Been following your band on Facebook as well. I know you guys have been following us, so it's cool to actually connect with you guys. Steve, Bill, thank you guys for having us. Once again, I'm Ernest with Nick, and Kyle was here earlier with Delta Circle. If you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, man, please check us out at deltacircleband.com. We are up for nomination in 4 categories, the International Singer-Songwriter Association right now. You can go to our website, hit the little gold vote here button, go in and vote for us. Voting ends April 30th. And they'll announce finalists for May 2nd. And man, we appreciate all the support. Podcasts like this, what you guys are doing for the music industry is gratefully appreciated. And everybody who's supporting local music, man, we can only go as far as y'all push us. So thank you.
Fuck, man, he's
Good.
good.
Wow.
He's good.
Come on.
I'm gonna drink a shot.
Why are you going to set the bar that damn high?
He's good. Good little
Wow. That
You
was
may be
solid.
good, but do you have an
For
Ernest?
now on,
See why I wanted him to go first? Yeah.
Damn.
And if you can't tell, he does all the talking at the shows too. I may be the lead singer, but he does all the talking.
From the lead singer saying that. Come on.
No, I can't talk.
I'm like, I was showing my girlfriend one of the videos today, right? And they showed the 6 string in the video. It was a close up of the 6 string, and that was the guy at the front piece of the band at that time singing. And I was like, in what band does the bassist get up there and sing? It'll be that, Batman. It'll be that. There he is.
You're that bad boy right now.
Last shot. Sonny, I hope, was watching this show. My stepdad does cigar box guitars. And yes, Arliss, there might be something in the near future. I'm going to go ahead and give a spoiler right now.
Oh, spoilers.
Surprise.
Shocker.
I'm going to tell you right now.
I kind of knew, because Dave kind of told me already. So
There might be a little something in my stepdad does do cigar box guitars. He basically takes old cigar boxes and he converts them into guitars. Now he can make them into Gibsons, he can make them into Strats, but he is very well known. It is literally the neck, the frets, everything you need connected right into a cigar box. It is
That's
really
awesome.
cool. Hopefully he's watching, because I'm telling you, you guys are another perfect candidate for it. I'm telling you right now.
That's
He
awesome.
would love to, have you guys shout it out there.
Yeah, hopefully everybody forgot about Ernest's last shot now, and that we can follow this up.
Dude, how can you say forget about his last shot, dude? That was some solid stuff.
He's good.
I'm
He's good.
But me being the asshole of the group, Nick,
Yeah.
you get to follow Ernest on the last shot.
What do I say? He
Well, he
said
didn't
everything.
say it.
There's nothing left to say. That's why he's so good. That's why he's in the band. Yes, he's a hella bass player, but he talks good too. I make a living off of singing songs off of paper that's already written. I ain't got to come up with none of it, because when I do, Kyle yells at me in the talkback and says, "Shut up." I can talk trash about him. He's not here no more.
Like, you're rambling.
He has
Oh, wait,
many
There's one
times.
person that never made it tonight. Is there
Josh,
not?
that is- yeah, Josh.
Yeah, Josh, and he's the man in the back, big black cowboy hat. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
He is the sex appeal of the band.
So we get to have a little fun with him next time, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Big
Where's
black-
Kyle and Josh?
Big
Is still
black hat and
single.
a big black trench coat. Yeah.
Where the hell
familiar.
is Kyle and Josh is still single? Yes.
Huh?
So what do you think, Nick? Do you want one more before you do yours?
No, I mean, it's going to be boring. So I'm basically just going to reiterate everything he said. But hey, if that's what you want, I mean, if that's what you want, That's up to you. I don't care. I don't care. It's neither here nor there for me.
To be fair, just to give you a chance,
Okay.
Arliss,
Oh, I
Yes.
was like ready.
give him a second to think.
No, he
Give us
said
a
he was
last
ready.
I don't think we'll.
Well, one, I would like to say congratulations, you guys, on your
Thank you.
nomination.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know, definitely enjoy the ride. And if you guys ever need any questions, or if there's any way that I can help you guys in any way, feel free to reach out to me.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
As far as the last shot for you, Bill,
Uh-oh.
one, never forget where you come from. Always surround yourself with good friends, good music, good whiskey, because it's good for the soul. Cheers.
Amen. Amen.
Cheers.
Damn.
Oh,
I need that. I
cheers.
need that on a shirt.
Now, Ernest, I'm a front man, so teach him something now.
All right. I'm trying.
Hey, I've tried. Listen.
I know.
Full disclaimer.
Wow.
Full disclaimer.
Arliss.
Hold up a minute. Hold on now. I
You
get
can't
to
make
defend
us look
myself
bad
sometimes.
now.
Oh, I will. I do that daily. It's fine. No, I have tried, but like I said before, Kyle yells at me in his drummer talkback mic that he's got back there, just in case he needs to talk to us up on the front of the stage. He'll yell at me a lot. I'll start saying things like in between the songs, like, just trying to promote our stuff. And the next thing I'll hear is Kyle in my ear, like, "Hey, you're rambling. Shut up. Let's go." Countless times. If he was still here, he would be nodding his head. It has happened. So I've tried, but I've learned my lesson to just shut up and let the man who knows what he's doing do what he does. Know my place. I just sing shit. I don't know what I'm doing. I just work here. I don't know what I just work here. I don't know what I'm doing. No, but if I'm gonna do a last shot, being kind is always free. Support local music because, like we've all said throughout the night, we can only go as far as the good people push us. We can be a fantastic band with no backing and just be a fantastic band that plays one bar every other month. But because of a good support system, support local music because you never know who you're going to find. And again, to tie it back around, being kind is always free.
Oh,
Very beautiful.
wow. And you were so concerned, dude. That was an awesome last shot, brother.
Shut up. I'm kidding.
Dude, no, I was about to toast you, but
Yeah.
before that, fuck you now. So
Yeah.
no,
See, I can't do any of them. I'm out of a drink. I'm
I thought I
sad.
was tearing
I
up
like
myself.
it.
I tell
No,
you.
that
Shut up,
that was
Ernest. No,
awesome.
you wasn't. Shut your mouth.
No,
I gotta play a show with you Friday.
Oh, she knows. She knows it's coming. Oh, Lady
Oh.
Jesus.
Yes.
What is your last shot of the night?
So I've been good and I've been quiet for most of the evening. Quite a few things I wanted to say throughout, but I kept my mouth shut.
Oh.
So now I'm
Damn.
not going to keep my mouth shut.
Run it.
And Blue, keep your mouth shut.
Blue being her husband.
Yes,
sitting off to the
Blue
side
being
over
my
here.
husband sitting off to the side, I can say that to him.
Hercules.
Music has always been something that means a lot to me, whether it be my mother's oldies with Simon and Garfunkel and I could just list a whole bunch. Neil Diamond,
Ooh.
different
God.
things like that.
Oh, she's talking.
And
dirty
I
to
can
me.
tell you a story about that song, Mrs. Robinson, literally.
And that's why we love you.
But also country as well has always meant something to me. Country music has meant something to me because I could hear the words. I could listen to the words better than the heavy metal, different things like that. And I could put that into perspective for myself. I'm born in this little tiny hillbilly town, or unless you understand, my town is this little tiny bubble kind of thing. And born and raised here, I could understand and relate more. with that being said, when you touch the lives of somebody, whether it be through your music or whether it be, Arliss, your ability to just be you and be so, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm having a
Charismatic.
no.
Real?
Ninja.
How about just real?
Like ninja.
Understanding and supportive of everybody and positive. There we go. Positive. You have a positive outlook on everything, and you're there for every.
Bad call, Brick. Oh, okay. So we do have a bad call, Brick.
Sorry,
That when somebody pisses somebody off, they throw it, and she
I
just threw
can't
it
get
at blue.
to it at the moment. So my last shot. Yes, I'm reading.
Hey,
I've learned that people will forget what you said, but people will not forget how you made them feel.
Mm.
come on
Mm.
now. Come
Words
on
to live
now.
by right there.
Amen.
Damn
Amen.
it.
Can't take it with you.
Amen.
A song or a person can make a strong enough impact on my life. I may forget faces, I may forget names, but I will never forget how that feeling made me.
Wow.
If
Wow.
we weren't married, we'd be having sex right now.
Damn.
I said we, asshole.
Yeah, you
Well,
and
she's
him.
gonna ruin. She's gonna ruin my reputation and make me cry.
Oh!
Yeah, that was
That was
yeah, that was good. That
Damn
was
it,
that was
girl.
really good.
And this is why we love this woman. 100%.
Man, if
Can we
if
check that
only
message? to
everybody
see if
would
we got
live by
one more?
that.
Oh.
No.
We got I love Simon and Garfunkel.
Aunt Jen says, I love Simon and Garfunkel. I have to meet this cat. That's right. I can tell you a story about Mrs. Robinson.
Oh,
that's for
shit.
sure. Okay, so
A musician.
just so you know, my background with the whole Simon and Garfunkel, yes, it is the Mrs. Robinson song, because Art Garfunkel was dating Mrs. Robinson's daughter. Mrs. Robinson's daughter happened to be my mom's best friend. They lived 2 houses apart. Yes, they were
Well
from
then.
Grove City, PA.
Oh.
Who's Mrs. Robinson? Like, I don't care. Don't ruin Miss Robinson for me. That's a thing.
Mrs. Brown, you have a lovely daughter from Grove City. I mean, that has a nice little ring to it.
So again, it's when I can take little bits of pieces of music that I can relate to,
Sure.
it sticks with me and it means something to me.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Welcome to the last shot of another shot. Jeez, oh man.
Good luck, Steve.
Top
I tell
that.
you what, though. Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Time to feed the ducks. I'm going to the bathroom while we are doing this, sir.
It's fine.
But you know I'm still there.
All right, a good thing to learn about, man. Delta Circle, man. You guys are a great band, man. Homegrown. Only been together about 2 years. You got a drummer who came out of 10 years of Solstice, 1 year back in like training, getting his shit back together, and you guys found each other. All right, I like food. I like to eat. All right, but for any good product, you have to have good fucking ingredients. All right, you like everything has to go ahead in that blender. You know, Mom's KitchenAid, and it has to come out just right. You guys are doing that. Arliss, you guys also have a great fucking crew. I don't know how you guys get along when I see you guys drink, but when you guys get on stage, I'm like, oh shit. We have a beautiful product, man. Or we got a meal right here. We got something that like everybody wants to eat. And that's what both you guys are doing, man. And the more I get to know bands like you guys, especially this Southern country rock, like talk about drama, bullshit. Like there's none of that from the get go. It's like you guys probably go ahead and meet each other and be like, we're not gonna have none of this bullshit. We're just gonna have a good time. And when you have a good time, you meet good friends. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna make great music. And that's what we need, man, as a fucking people. Americans, Germans, I don't care if you're from the fucking Philippines.
Here we go.
You still need it. And then I start going rogue.
Here we go.
You still need great music because you know what? Music, man, when you're having a bad day, when you're going through a breakup, when like shit ain't going your way, what do you turn to when you got no friends or nothing? You turn to music. You turn to a voice. Music, a good beat, a good instrumental will get you through life. Keep doing what you guys are doing, man. I appreciate your music. I'm learning more. I want more. I'm not a musician. You will hear me in the outro when I'm jamming.
Oh, you think you're cute now?
You think it's AI, but it's me shredding. Like I said, I dab.
Send it.
I work out. But no. Hey, the thing about I like about musicians, and I'll appreciate them more, is when they can go out there and play music that relates to me, because that's what I want to hear when I go to work. That's what I hear when I get dumped, which never happens. But Nick's like, oh yeah, right. But man, you relate to people, man. You're gonna love music. Music's gonna love you back, and it goes back and forth, man. If we don't have music, man, we don't have life. Hey, live every day, man. Keep doing one thing good for somebody else every day, and you know what? Life will get better.
Amen.
All 4 of us, 5 of us, 6 of us, 7 of us, all the viewers, we all do one good thing. Yeah, life will get fucking better.
Amen.
Hey guys, thanks for coming on, man. I know your time is valuable. I appreciate each and every one of you, man.
Hey, thank you guys for having us, man. This was a blast. This was so much
Absolutely.
fun.
It was a pleasure, man. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Arliss, Steve, Bill, Kat, all you guys, man. Thank you all very much. Well, let's do it again soon.
It was a pleasure meeting you guys. And like
Pleasure
I said,
meeting you
if
too,
you guys got any questions, need anything, reach out to me.
Sounds good, brother. We'll be in
Appreciate it,
touch,
brother.
man.
I
Thank you.
have one more last shot.
Oh, who would we skip?
Of course,
William.
Bill. Wow. That's all right.
While we're waiting, Bill.
I appreciate. Thank you. Now that everybody, I mean, the fact that you now remember me.
When did he get on the show?
Who's that guy?
Who's the new
I
guy?
thought we were just talking to Steve on that.
Oh!
I'm just playing. All right, I'll leave. I'm sorry. I'll show myself out. Hey, it was lovely. Thank y'all. No, just-
All right, Bill, wrap us up.
Guys, before I do my last shot, man, you know what? I want to thank Delta Circle for coming on here tonight. Arliss, I'm glad you got to meet these guys, vice versa. Delta Circle, I'm glad you got to finally meet. All of us got to finally meet tonight. Hope everybody enjoyed our Wednesday night open bar. Check us out tomorrow night with our Thursday night. Thursday, we do our sports night. Sunday night, we do our Sunday night weekend hangover. Hopefully sometime we can do an interview outside or, have special guests outside of Wednesday nights, man. I think, I want to do a party after the fact. Monday night is our Monday night open bartender where me and this gentleman kind of go back and forth. We alternate nights. Yours truly will be the bartender this coming Monday, a couple days from now. And of course, Wednesday nights are open bartender night, or our open bar night. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I've been really looking forward to all of you coming on here. And I can't say it enough about this show. We have made some amazing friends. And at the end of the day, I mean, whether it be music, movies, we've had stand-up comedians on here. There is no theme. And that's the fun part. I mean, that we truly, when we come on here, are just a bunch of friends at the end of the day, just having a conversation. And I think we've lost touch on that at the end of the day. We had the big lockdown, I'm not going to say it, the big C. And I think we're still all reeling from that. One of the things I like to promote is the fact that, man, get out there, enjoy life, see what's out there. And the fact that, I'm going on DJing, I'm going on, what we've done on here. People are wanting the new. They want to get back out there. And I think between the Southern Outlaws, Delta Circle, everybody else we've had out, on here, man, I can't say just how grateful I am of the group of people I have in my friend circle. You're not just friends to me, you're family. So my last shot is I just want to say thank you to everybody that has come on here. Man, our boys, the Southern Outlaws, thank you. Delta Circle, make sure you check these guys out. I mean, there is so much more than what we've shown on this show. Check them out at deltacirclemusic.com. Am I correct?
DeltaCircleBand.com.
DeltaCircleBand.com.
Is it the band?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So bear in mind, I'm also going on social media stuff. I get those, band and, music.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
So to be fair, that's not that, I'm trying to keep up with a lot of stuff. I can't say it enough, man. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. Thank you for being a part of, my life, honestly, and thank you for being who I consider friends and family. We need more of this stuff right here. Guys, my last shot is thank you to all of you out there.
Hey guys, remember to get on here, man. Like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate all you guys, your time, your thoughts. Hey, a lot goes on behind the scenes, and hey, we got to thank your support systems as well.
Absolutely. To Another Shot podcast, man. Thank you guys so much, fellas.
Thank
guys.
you. You know
Thank
what?
you so much.
Cheers to you.
And we thank you guys for all coming on here. I do want to say this much. Stick around for a little bit. We'll bullshit. But, to the guys on here, stick around, bullshit a little bit with us afterwards. But remember, everything we say on this show is just our opinion. But then again,
It just might be the alcohol talking.
cheers, guys. You have a good night.
Cheers.
Same with you guys.
Thank you.
Looking for a party, good man, have you found it? Another shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Another shot is gonna hit you with a mind overload and loaded. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be